Good evening, everybody. Hello, how are we all doing? Apologies, JBG has just pointed out to me that I haven't changed the stream title, so bear with me a second while I do that. Oh, it's round 4 today. I said it was round 3 in Discord. There you go. So welcome in, everybody, to SDRL Season 1, Round 4. We are heading off to Monza today. Evening, Face Colin. How are you doing? I hope your weekend went well and you're having a good week so far. What did you think of the Grand Prix this weekend? It was nice to see a different winner. I wouldn't necessarily have wished a retirement on Max, but there you go. It was quite a good race. I watched the first half of it twice because some dickhead stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning. So I thought, oh, what the hell, I may as well watch the race. Didn't I change it to Monza? Oh, put Imola, Christ's sake. It's a good job you're here, JBG. They're both in Italy. That counts, right? There we go. How's that? Monza. Okay, well, welcome to. If this is a sign as to what my racing's going to be like tonight, then yeah, it's not a good start, is it? Let's bring up Cert Stream so we know when he is live and when the lobby has been created. I guess I will get an invite. You would hope so. You're not a Max fan then, Colin, obviously. I'm guessing Verstappen fan and you don't see eye to eye in that respect. There you go. Yeah, I missed Sunday's stream, partly because of my late night on Saturday night, Sunday morning, but also I just wasn't really feeling it for F1 that day. Yeah. Hi there. Yep. Ready for battles, obviously. Dirty Alonso, you think? Possibly. Yeah, it was. He has been appropriately censured. I don't know whether it was deserving of 20 seconds, but hey ho. It's a good job you're not listening to Cert Stream. He's singing along to Eye of the Tiger currently. Right, I think I fixed the game as well now, JBG. So my new mods are all doing the job tonight. So thank you very much for that. So round 4 of SDRL heads to Monza, a track I've never been hugely fond of, and I'm pretty bad at it as well. Yeah, I mean he's made an excuse, but yeah, I found an article on Sky Sports today. Basically, Alonso lifted off about 100 meters earlier than he had ever lifted off before, and then accelerated again into the corner before braking and lifting off for the corner as he normally would. So I'm not sure he actually braked. Yeah. Hey ho. Right. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure I can listen to Cert. So we'll get into the game. So, no, that's not the wrong window. I want that window up, and then I want the game up. And I will get to the point. Hey Louis, thank you for the follow. It's good to have you with us. I hope you're doing well. I do not have much hopes for Monza, I'm afraid. Yes, I did. That was part of that Sky Sport article as well. He was basically immediately calling for a red flag, which is fair enough. He was half upside down right in the middle of one of the fastest corners in the bloody track. They did seem a little bit slow in bringing out the virtual safety car even. And I can understand why they didn't red flag it, because there was only like 2/3 of a lap to go. So bad, all the cars would have had to drive past him at safety car speeds anyway, even if they'd red flagged it. So, yeah, I think a VSC was the right thing to do. It let the race come to a natural finish. There would have been arguments as to whether it should have restarted after the red flag. I don't know what the ruling is if there's, barely any time left. Right, I have got an invite, so let's get ourselves into the lobby. I may as well let you see. We have the commentary feed all set up. It's currently on F1 World Car, so we'll wait for them to start getting the lobby properly. If my practice runs this evening are anything to go by, then I suspect not. I've been having trouble keeping up with very slow AIs. So, like I say, Monza just isn't my track. But you never know. We'll see. I may surprise myself in the race. I had trouble even keeping it on the track. I really didn't pay any attention, but very slow, I suspect. I'll certainly be trying, Colin. I'll certainly be trying. There's a good chance of a fair few retirements this week. Monza is quite a heavy track on. I've forgotten the word. People going out. So, if I can just keep it on the track, I've got half a chance. Absolutely. Absolutely. I suspect, luckily, Chocolate is going round. You're Josh Moo, aren't you? There you go. You have an invite. Chocolate is going round sending all the invites. Safety car first lap, yes, quite possibly. I suspect my qualifying performance is naturally going to put me right at the back of the grid anyway. So we will see how that goes. I don't hold out much hope of getting out of Q1 this week unless, something odd happens, like 6 people crash on their outlap. Probably best place to be. Yes, I suspect so. I managed to get promoted in rank this last week by only doing about 6 races. Again, not overly confident, but I'm hoping I'll surprise myself. This week's ranked tracks look relatively kind to me. I've forgotten already what they are. One of them's China. I've forgotten the other 2. I think all 3 were fairly decent ones for me. So I might have a half decent week in ranked, but this is the last week of the season. So the highest I'm going to get to this season is gold 3. Maybe try and have a proper push next season for elite, which I have made before. Hey Sanjay, good evening, welcome in. Yeah, I did make elite, but I did it on the last week of a season, a couple of seasons ago. So I got the email saying welcome to elite, immediately followed by an email saying welcome to silver 2. In the SDRL, Suzuka is one of my tracks, so one of the tracks I feel confident at. So we will see. I will be very surprised, Josh, unless we get a lot of retirements. I think it's unlikely I'm going to be in the points. I will probably count myself pleased with a finish today. It's just my practice. I left my practice too late. We've had a bit of an odd weekend here. You're right, actually. It is 2 weeks' time. A good track, Suzuka. Odd that they've moved it to this point in the year. I think weather becomes an issue at Suzuka. Yeah, I suspect I'm going to be the same, Josh. I think the only way I'm going to get out of Q1 is if 6 people crash on their outlaps in Q1. Yeah, I don't think I'll be being stupid and staying up for this race. It nearly killed me on Sunday, which is one of the reasons. Every race so far, what's that, Josh? Oh, DNFs. Yes, that's true. We are getting our fair share of DNFs. What do they have the safety car set to here, just out of interest? Reduced. So I think that limit... Oh, we're on 50% though, aren't we? Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. On a 25% race, reduced only gives you 2 safety cars or VSCs. So, yeah, I don't know what that equates to on a 50%. I think it's 5, isn't it? I've forgotten to fill my water, but as I say, I'm sure 15 minutes into quali. Okay, so yeah, it must be 5 is the limit then. Yeah, I suspect 15 minutes after the start of quali, I will have about half an hour time on my hands to get drinks aplenty. So we will do that. Got an unusual week this week with work. Well, not so much work. My boss is off this week, which isn't necessarily a good thing. My boss is okay. But after work, we've got quite a lot going on. We've got a consultation day for Chopsy's school, so I'm meeting with his tutor tomorrow evening. Welcome back. No, it's sadly not Colin. 9 DNFs in Jeddah. Yes, I was one of them. Okay, unlucky Sanjay. Yes, we were, Josh. Yeah, that is what I need. I had an awful lot to drink on Saturday night, which is part of the reason for my Sunday being a little bit mixed. Hey ho. First race with a new teammate. Yeah, me too. Ralph the Gamer, hello. And yes, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for saying hello. Good luck to you, Mo. Let's get some good points. Let's try and get any points. Would be nice. I would settle for any points today. Berkey can't make it. He said he'll be watching from the side. Okay. You met your new boss for next year. How active is that? Lovely. Are they a nice person? We have 12 people in the lobby, considering we should be starting in just over 5 minutes. Okay, here comes Shuriken. So I have a new teammate. Everyone say hello to Mo. Lay has decided to hang up her driving gloves and pick up a microphone instead. So I think they're going to be part of the commentary team for the rest of the season. I'm not sure about tonight. There's a Mercedes mounted on the wall outside your office. Lovely. Waiting for a Grand Slam. You'll have a long wait with number 33. Just keep breathing. Do not hold your breath. Where's all the drivers? Well, there's 14 of them in. They're gradually coming in. You're trying to get into sim racing. You've got a Logitech right now and want to upgrade. Is the CSLD a good option? It's what I've got, and it's been fine. There were a few slightly negative reviews of it when it first came out, but it suits me at the level I'm at as well. It's certainly a good start. Quixotic Bifrost, thank you for the good luck wishes. Thank you for dropping by. We'll just have to see how we go. What are the race predictions for tonight? I'm going to predict qualifying P18 and if I can finish P12. You're very optimistic. Yeah, you're feeling a good race. Yeah, if you'd seen my practice an hour or so ago, you might rethink that option. Let's create a prediction. First of all, I don't know if Corn is in the chat. I'm not sure whether JBG is aware of predictions, so I'll get this set up. High Vector has been confiscated. I'm sorry, Colin. Yeah, no redemptions while I'm racing. I cannot spare the processor cycles. In my brain, that is. Manage prediction. Okay. Okay, so we have a 5-minute prediction. Sorry, let's do a 2-minute prediction running. As to whether you think I'll get out of Q1 or not. Feel free to vote along. Your replacement teammate hasn't appeared yet. You had a league race yesterday, so close to your first points. A small crash on the last lap with P10. Unlucky, Rolf. We've got 16 drivers in. Or 16 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15 of them drivers. I thought I saw Coy in. Yeah, Coy's there. Oh, Raven hasn't picked the car. There we go. So yeah. You've heavily bet on no, I'm afraid. That's perfectly fine, Colin. That's probably where my money would be as well. Good luck with your channel points. Save it up for all those hydrates in the later streams. So we're about 2 or 3 minutes off the official start of quali. But we are a number of drivers short currently. Strategical gambling. Yeah, absolutely. Well, gamble with what you think's not going to happen, not to be nice to me. Use Sky Vegas to pass the time in your lectures so you're experienced. Okay, I used to play a fair bit on Sky Poker. I haven't really played poker in years, though. Not in lectures, in fairness. Or I used to play in my lunch hour at work. They didn't seem to mind. Probably didn't realise it was for real money. Oh dear, the predictions so far. One of the options has got 0, and the other option has got 110. You can use unusual numbers of points if you want to. You can enter a specific number of points to predict, and then they all get divided up between the winners, I believe. So we will see how we get on. Was I any good? I wasn't bad. Like most things, I think I was above average. That's about the best I could say. I was no Phil Helmuth Jr. But equally, I generally was in profit, but not by. I was never going to buy a new house and a Lamborghini on my winnings. I could barely afford a dinky toy and a Big Mac on my winnings, but hey ho. Is it fun to be in a league with no questionable drivers? It absolutely. I wouldn't say no questionable drivers, but the vast majority of the drivers are clean, and also there is a points process, penalty points, penalty times, etc., whereby if there's any incidents during the race, we submit clips into the Discord servers, and then a team of judges rule on who was at fault and what, if any, penalties should be applied. So that certainly helps, I think, temper a few. There are a few people, I'm not going to name any names, renowned for the odd dive bomb or two. But generally, the races are fairly clean. All right, we are now at just about 10 o'clock in 3 seconds' time. still only 17 people in the lobby. I should probably be listening to I Am the Dive Bomber. I very rarely get close enough to even attempt to dive bomb anybody, Colin. You should know that. You have to be behind somebody and going at a faster speed than them entering a corner to be able to dive bomb them. Something which hasn't happened an awful lot. I did make a few overtakes in one of the races. Was it Hungary? I think I did a couple of overtakes. I'm the fidget spinner. I always spin. Nice. Okay, can't be too much longer now, hopefully. So we've got 18 drivers in. It's always a safe prediction to say I'm going to spin within the race. Yeah. That's fair. Tell them I've got a talented driver in my chat to fill the empty space. Oh, do you know anyone, Colin? Let me know. I'm sure they'd be on the lookout for someone decent. JPG is, but he's busy moderating, so I don't think he could squeeze it in. They do have reserves lined up, so if the regular drivers don't turn up, then I'm sure the reserves will be able to fill their spot. Sorry, I wasn't being hilarious, Colin. If you do know anyone good, let me know. Good luck. You're expecting a points finish for the Tifosi.
All right, guys, let's ready
Another optimist kills it. Okay,
we can get going.
Commentary team are asking us to ready up. We only seem to have 18 cars, so let's see what happens. Good luck, everybody. Enjoy the qualifying session, and let's see how I get on. I'm going to mute this on the SDRL channel because I'll show you what he's done. Sturt has taken the last year's channel intro at the F123 and stuck all of our names over the drivers and put it to some more funky music, which I'm not playing because it's got copyright. Are we going up soon? I think am I next? There we go. Hey, me without my appendix. What do I go for? Tyre allocation. I'm not sure I need all of the softs. Yeah, let's go for balanced. Best of luck. Same to everybody else who is watching. Okay. Let's have the commentary team back. Oh, they've gone quiet. Or I've broken it. If you want to see all of the other drivers' point of view, I say all, some of the other drivers' point of view, exclamation mark SDRL, or look at the pin message. That will get you to a web link that will let you see some of the other drivers' perspectives as well as the commentary channel. Turn off the commentary for the race. Probably not, to be honest, Colin. I need to hear it in case there's any instructions during safety car periods, so you can all listen to it as well. Gives it a realistic feel. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, Christ.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to round 4 of Sardogon Racing League in Monza. Here I am joined by Corey.
Light rain in the race.
Good evening, ladies and gents.
And for the first time, Latat.
Hello, hello, hello all.
So we are just getting underway here for the start of qualifying, and yeah, we got 18 drivers currently in the session. I believe 1 or 2 maybe still to come during the qualifying session. But we will be getting underway now. I see we do have Josh heading out onto track now. I think he's probably going to be one of the first.
As usual, I'm going to do my usual 2 or 3 runs on the softs to start with.
How it goes. Remote just managed to rejoin back into the session.
So all set, we're ready to go. So let's get the car out onto the track.
Quick, get out onto track.
Do you have any idea on what the forecast is looking like?
I cannot have a look, I don't believe, because I have the camera. I would assume that it's going to be completely dry.
And I have intel that there is rain in the race at some point.
Oh.
Okay, because only one is headed out onto the inters at the moment with Lewis.
Yeah.
That made me wonder whether people are reserving them for the race.
Yeah, and also 3 drivers out on track now. 2 on the soft side is just fitted the intermediate tyres. Yeah, we'll see. I think also, that you get 3 sets, I believe, of intermediate tyres for the weekend. So people aren't going to be...
Fox, if you want an invite, ask on the SDRL channel. That's your best bet. SDRL_official.
It's going to be an interesting one if there's race in the road. I did say I had a feeling there was going to be today. Who's going to be the first to get the respective
So we've got Lewis is going to be the first line, but he isn't inters. Josh is the first car on.
Thank you for the follow, Ralph.
Josh is very close to this Aston Martin. Actually, he might get caught up behind it.
And also face Colin yet again.
There we go, though, down the main straight, starting first flying laps of this session towards turn 1. Very tricky braking zone. The Aston Martin does go a little bit deep, and Josh, I think, drifting a bit through there on the entry. Obviously, this is the first lap of Q1. It's not going to be the end of the world if you get this lap slightly wrong. You're going to have plenty of other opportunities.
I've noticed that we got kills out on the medium tyre. Completely different stuff from the kills there compared to everyone else at this early stage.
Yeah, again, I think that's just wanting to get an early run on a compound, not too bothered what he is. And Josh has caught right up to the back of the Aston Martin there, through the Lesmos, and now racing down on the run towards Ascari. I think the Aston did just let Josh pass. No, Josh has backed out. Interesting.
Certainly looks like you've got the petrol and the RS levels to go for another lap, so I guess until you ride that stop.
Oh, bollocks.
Berkey setting a 25.0, Josh sets a 24.1, but neither of those lap times are really representative.
I've been going far too wide on that corner all through my practice, and I've just managed to bloody cut it. Well, the first time I try and do a flying lap.
Is it Monster? No, Monster's invalidated. So it's going to be Dantas coming through sector 2 now. So let's see where he can put his house. For his first lap. Coming into a parabolic and now and onto the main straight. I think pole's probably gonna be. I'm not sure actually. Maybe an
I'm gonna say an 18.5.
Yeah, I was thinking of 18 as well. But yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be interesting.
I think between Kashubi and Remote, we're gonna have an interesting battle pole when we get there.
Definitely Remote's first race here. He's going to be gunning to take the race winning debut. If he does, he'll be the 4th different race winner of the season in 4 races as well. So Yeah. So QB, I believe, won. Did he win round 1? I think it was.
Yeah, I think he got round 1.
It's better.
Viper round 2, wasn't it?
Yes, Takubi won in Brazil, Dark Viper in Jeddah, and ICU in Hungary. ICU is not here, so there's definitely potential for to get a 4th race winner.
If you see Shamban go across the line with a 19.6.
Yeah, I heard that in the commentary, Josh.
1.5 seconds ahead of Monza.
AD just gone for 4.
driver into the 19s there.
Yeah, AD just half a second behind Dentax with a 21.6. I think we also have
That you
Sert
caught
on
up
the right now,
a
coming down towards the
an
side.
Aston on your fast lap.
Let's see. Gets a few knots. He's been very careful with the track limits there through the midsection of the corner. Not wanting to risk losing the wheel and validating. Probably cost him a little bit of time, but obviously it's the fast lap of Q1. You don't want to be crashing out in these early stages.
Just take the bank for time and then be able to improve from there. It will be interesting to see how many laps people go for in Q1 and Q2. If there is rain in the race, they won't have to save those soft tyres.
That is a good point.
I'm just checking.
But then you're going to have people like Raven at the moment feeling very positive that he can maybe get through Q1 and move into tyres. I mean, we are only losing 3 people, so he posted quite a respectable time now on that inter tyre.
Hey, trying to get my ERS charged up for a second run. Make sure I let that car ahead of me build a bit of a gap.
Let's go to Takubi. I think maybe the only person who is Downsy as well.
They look like, I think Takubi and Downsy look close together.
Yeah, I think they probably just got just a big enough gap. Yeah, they have started quite close together.
Just coming around the first of the leg move, looking quite smooth.
Okay, let's see what we can do on this second run.
Might pick up a little bit of a slipstream down towards Danny as well. Probably not a massive one. In fact, he's actually a little bit further than I thought he was. Very early on the throttle, losing the rear a little bit, but has managed to keep going. And now just around time of that. 1 corner to go. Gets it hooked in very nicely. And now tight run to the line, taking the shortest distance possible. And he sets a 1:19.5, goes fastest by a 1/10 of a second. We also have Remote on the medium tyres coming to the end of his lap. Mo goes second fastest at 1:19.571, half a 1/10 slower than Takubi. Remote on the medium compound tyres coming to the line now. And sets a 1:19.3, goes fastest by a couple 10ths.
Very big statement there from Remote to begin with.
And Downsy stuck his Williams into 3.6 at the medium tyres. He was only 9 tenths off originally Takubi's time, but that's got a bit.
Okay, 3 tenths up on my last lap.
Fastest now with a 19.1 on the softs, but obviously we've got to remember that Remote has said that on the medium compound tyre there's definitely some pace for him still to find. I think we might even be looking at a low 18 for pole here, maybe 18.
Okay, so 1:21.2 is my best time. They're talking about a low 18 for pole.
Get to Q3.
Yeah,
So I'm going to be well off that.
Just come out of the scary now, heading down the back straight. He is now onto those stuff, so we'll see where he can manage to clear his place with Alpine. He's looking to beat a 1:19.1. And it's a 1:19.7 for 2.6.
4 tenths faster than his teammate Sturt, so he'll probably be quite happy with that. Josh goes 10th fastest with a 1:20.7, and we have quite a few cars on that back straight waiting to get a lap started. The Haas, I believe, it's Dantak starting his lap. Then we have a McLaren. Yeah, there's a lot of cars stopped at the final corner, just trying to sort the traffic out. I think they've got it done though. It's a bit chaotic. They have sorted it out, I think.
I'm watching Shuriken. We've just come out of the sky now, heading down the back straight. You look at the sector 2
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
This time with okay with Shamban, so if you're looking to find some time to find the people,
Get very tight on the entry there.
he comes down and he puts it on to a 120.0, puts it into P8.
Probably P15.
Just returned to the pit lane in validates his flying lap. Surt is now on his push lap. 10th up through sector 1, through the Delaroge chicane. Looks like he lost the rear a little bit on the exit.
It's alright, take your time,
I think
chaps.
that's just him letting Surt through, to be honest. And now onto the back straight through the Lesmos. The run towards Parabolica. Let's see what the sector 2 split is. Sector 1 he was a 10.5 up. Sector 2, 2.5 tenths up. He's finding time on this flying lap now.
Yeah, they'll probably all have his pastor out the back, won't
Still
they?
playing a little bit safe with that second curb on the right, but it's probably not costing him too much time, to be honest. Now the run towards Parabolica. If he continues with this pace, he's probably looking at P8, maybe P7 if he can find a little bit more through Parabolica. Now on the run towards the line. Where can Surt put his Alpine as he comes to the line? It's going to be a 1 minute 19.869. Puts himself 8th fastest, as I said.
So, last time I looked at the weather, it seemed, even though it says light rain there, the actual individual forecast steps are all showing dry, so I don't know which forecast to trust.
Well, Shuriken's on an in lap. And
How long have we got? 5 minutes, so let's just have enough for 2 runs.
Track's pretty empty right now, lots of space.
On a lap, but he's invalidated.
Okay, that's all the checks complete. We're ready to go.
We haven't seen any movement from Dark Viper yet, so are we going to see any of the left reverse from Dark Viper around Monza?
I mean, it worked for him very well at Jeddah. He took the win, so maybe it's a good omen for him. We shall see. Could be a very interesting one from him.
A relatively empty track now, which could work in my favour, although I dare say everyone will come out just as I'm starting my first lap.
All of those guys in the 19s are probably safe if we're looking at the times. Maybe Lewis can go. Oh, Lewis losing the rear through Lesmo 1, going off track. That's going to cost him some time. Yeah, I would say, Lewis setting his time on intermediates, but there's still a lot of people in the high 20s or the 21s even.
I am wondering whether we're going to see any rain in qualifying today. Looking down the pit straight, where it was blue clouds. It's now
and Lewis
losing
the rear again on the exit of the Sky. Really struggling with that Aston Martin on the exit of the corners. Yeah, it might just got the clouds coming in. But yeah, we could potentially see some rain at the end of qualifying. We shall see.
Downsy on a lap, just coming around the final corner. I just noticed you 2.5 tenths up by the looks of it at the end of sector 2. This is moving quite a few positions. He crosses the line on a 120.0 movement in front of his teammate into P10.
Give down to a bit of a confidence boost. He's
Oh,
got a great
shit.
start to the season. He ain't yet to score any points, so he'll definitely be looking to put himself in a good position today.
Yeah, definitely. With 2 minutes left on the track, I would even suggest you get time to get round and everything move. Another lap to go completely safe. I'd say you've got that time at this moment in time.
completely messed up the last corner to start this qualifying lap. I probably should have abandoned it. Yeah, I was going to do 2 laps, but you're probably right.
I think AD might have been held up a bit there. I'm not too sure.
Well, he was 2 tenths down through sector 1. We'll see by the time he gets to the end of sector 2, which is on the straight now, on the end of the sky, as to whether he has the 7 seconds down. If he didn't get impeded, he's definitely backed off.
You can see the Fox Commando during the lobby late. He will be pushing for when that team gets into Q2.
Very difficult now to get out and get a lap in.
He didn't realise how he had to take control of the car. I've just told him now, just to make sure he does have a path for this. So he might not be able to set a time here in qualifying, which will be unfortunate, but at least he will be able to participate in the race.
He's making the effort. He's going to go for it.
Yeah,
he could just make it. 118.
Bit squirrely coming out of the first chicane.
So he'll have cold tyres, but I think he can make it to the line.
No, he's taking the corners. He's not going to make it.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll just do it for a little bit of practice then. I mean, it's not the end of the world, I guess. At least he's in the lobby, that's the most important thing. He didn't have a laps there.
He's to go bike out on track as well, so he's obviously not going to go with the last third this week.
Yeah, maybe just giving himself one shot. If he
that's that over with.
First, if he gets through, then he gets through. We shall see.
30 seconds left in the session.
Let's do a bit of charging. See if I can do another one. I've got 20 seconds to get to the end.
His race pace is significantly better than his quali pace. So I don't think he's too bothered about where he starts on the grid, whether he gets into Q3 or whether he's starting out the back.
Taxi's invalidated. Just is down in his time.
So Dan Tax very much at risk now in Q14. With that invited lap, he won't get a chance to set another lap. Lewis in the Fox from Monza do not get to the line in time. Somebody's taking the brake boards out of turn 1 apparently.
I didn't see who's no. I'm sorry, Starboy, they did make it around in time to get a lap in.
So Josh has trouble. We'll only be losing 4 drivers here.
Monza has invalidated. We're looking like we're going to get pushed out, so AD is a 10th up on his time at the end of sector 1. We're just coming up to the end of sector 2 now, down into the bridge up to Charles. He's near enough 2 tenths up on his time at this moment. So yeah, that's going to knock Monster out.
Alright, here comes Doug Viper to the line now. Where can he put his Haas car? Coming to the line, it's a 19.9, puts him into P10. And now the most important one, AZ coming to the line. He's up on his time. Can he convert it into future
16th.
No, he can't. He's 16th fastest. 2 tenths off of Dentax's time. Just missing out on Q2 here. So
at the end of Q1, unfortunately, we lose AD.
How far back was I?
Monster in the
about a tenth and a half, so not quite.
Martins, for both Aston Martins out at this stage.
You've won your bet though, thanks Colin.
Them, but I think, I mean, it's Monza, it's I'm not sure, Sat.
You got lucky because someone knocked down the brake boards at turn 1 and messed up your final lap. Oh, unlucky.
Well, we can have a restart after
1.4 tenths off, yeah.
But I don't know if they're looking at us to take control of the car.
Look at that remote. with a on a medium tyre.
What,
What, like 2 seconds quicker than me? So what did I do in the end? A 1:20.9.
Sorry, I missed that. What was that, sorry?
Somebody joined.
So about 1.8 seconds off pole.
Blocked somebody else from joining because I was still able to rejoin. But yeah, if he's gonna get a car, I think we will need to do a restart. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, that was very close, Josh. Did you make it through? I didn't notice. I was too busy crying into my my water.
Yeah, if whoever has invited him into the lobby, please tell him to leave. Because yeah, it will make our lives easier. We won't need to restart the lobby or whatnot. Yeah, we'll just speed it up a little bit for us. And yeah.
Sounds like we've got somebody joined who shouldn't really be here. I don't recognise the sensitivity 1-up name.
Congratulations. Alright, well, we should be getting into Q2 very shortly.
That means Cert has used too many sets of soft tyres.
Okay, there we go. Black Sheep has left the session. Thank
Black
you,
Sheep, there we go.
Whoever told him to leave.
My game keeps telling me I am over my daily play limit, so I hope it doesn't kick me out bloody mid-race. That would just about make my day.
I think the breakboards don't actually return once they've been knocked out. So, I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe there will be no more breakboards for
I've got
the
a gaming addiction. I haven't played F1 today, and it reckons I'm 7 hours over my limit.
Not sure if they
I did about an hour of practice before the stream started.
From my experience,
So,
I was doing exactly
unless my limit is
one of the
minus 5
breakboards in the
hours,
middle section
then
got knocked out
I
and
think
they
we
didn't
might
come
be
back to
hitting
the
EA
race.
issues for a
So,
change.
unless that was a bug, I believe they won't be coming back.
Whereas, I know in Scots that the breakboards at Qatar turn 1 got took out in quali, but they come back for the race.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it's quite a buggy game. Well,
A buggy game?
Yeah.
Who said,
Josh,
how
you've
dare
got
they?
Q2 to find a new reference, I guess, just in case they aren't there. There's the 100 meter board on the right hand side, so you can use that as well. But yeah, I do it.
Like a 150 meter board somewhere on the left. Yeah, so there's 150 on the left, and then I think it's 100 on the right.
Who is out that
I think
is
there will
worthy
be
of
time.
watching?
If anybody
Let's watch
has
Josh.
clips of the brutal murder of the breakboards, then feel free to send them in, I guess. I believe that's against the rules to intentionally take them out. I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm not either, and I wrote them.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry if it was me trying to keep out of people's way that broke the breakboards.
But we shall see. Alright, so Cyber going to be the first one to the line to start his lap, followed quickly by his teammate Shamban.
Although I would have been on the
And
right-hand
then it
side,
will
and I think
be
it's the boards on the
Red
left
Bull.
that have
I'm not
disappeared.
sure which one. Josh. Alright, so here comes Cyber starting his first flying lap.
See how Josh
towards
gets on.
turn
I'm
one
watching
now.
Josh. You are watching whoever the
And we have a
commentators
McLaren
are watching.
in front who does get out the way on the inside very nicely. That is... Actually, I don't know which one it is. That is Barbans. Monster has left the session.
Mo was saying the breakboards aren't out, but they are. I can confirm they are. I've just seen them
Yeah,
myself now.
I'm not too sure what's going on with the breakboards. They're a bit weird in this game, to be honest. Oh, lots of curve there through the Delaroche chicane to Cyber.
Looks like we're
Uncertain
beside
his
each
power
other
to
again,
get
are
on
we,
the
Lou?
exit. Shouldn't have lost himself too much time. So probably
I don't suppose I
used
can
set as well.
race
Probably
director. I
only
can
two
see
under
where I
A
am.
little bit of traffic here on the run towards Ascari.
Oh, only for
Williams and
people
the
in
Red
this
Bull,
session. That's
but
not very
he
helpful.
gets out of the way very nicely there.
I didn't notice where I qualified, I'm
So
afraid.
now through Ascari.
I think I was 16th, wasn't I? So yeah, I was only just missed.
Got quite
missed
neatly
out
through
on
there. Looked like the wheel
Q2.
sliding a little bit on the exit, but he managed to keep going. And now into Ascari. Gets it hooked up nicely, run it out wide, and then tight to the right hand side for the shortest run to the line. And what's the time going to be? It's a 20.7. I'd say that's a used tyre set for him.
Samban just comes to the line and he's a 20.2, which puts himself in front of his teammate by about half a second.
19.8, Raven.
Yep, so Josh
What
set
did Josh
20.4.
set?
He's coming
20.4.
fourth, fastest set to 20.0, puts him second, and Raven a 19.8, which is currently the fastest time in this session.
Keeps us away from the mess in the first corner. Yeah, I warn the people starting behind me. I'm likely to be quite tentative on the brakes in turn one on the first lap. So you may want to leave a bit more room behind me than you perhaps normally would.
Don't know why he's showing a different name from me this week.
His other account got banned, so he's on an alt.
Okay, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of the commentary team for now. I'm going to go and refill my water and empty my bladder. Have I got a button to turn off my webcam? No, I haven't.
15 milliseconds faster than Cert.
Okay,
currently.
bear me a second. I will see you all in a bit.
I would assume most of these are on used tyres. Maybe some people who aren't expecting to make it to Q3 using 2 sets of new tyres here. But we shall see.
You see Barbin's coming around the final corner is sector 2 time, look pretty quick compared to everyone else. I'm expecting him to go P1 here maybe, as he does a 19.4.
Yeah, purple final sector for him. Monster currently got the fastest first 2. Is that Monster? No, it's not. Sorry, it's the thing showing the wrong name. It's Remote with the fastest first 2 sectors. To the line now, and Remote goes fastest with a 19.0. All 3 purple sectors for him. 4 tenths clear of Barbins. Yeah, a couple names wrong for me.
Coming round the final bend, we see Kills. It didn't look particularly quick, so I'm guessing it's going to be used tyres at this stage. As he comes across the line, 120.1 puts him up to P8.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, especially with this first run, if most of the drivers probably are using a used tyre compound. No point wasting a set for this first run. It's probably not going to count for much.
Unless your name's Dogan and you use them all in Q1.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunate for him, he might struggle to get into Q3, to be honest, if all of his sets are used. But he'll probably be conserving them a little bit, as much as he can, really. Try to keep the newest ones of the lot for the Q3. But he'll also need one to get in.
Again, it's getting very dark over that pit lane. We've got, 8.5 minutes left, plus Q3.
Yeah, I think we should be okay, at least in this session, with the weather. Maybe we get a couple drops by the time we get to Q3. I obviously can't see the weather. Maybe someone has some insight in the chat. But I believe... Oh, we got Josh starting off finishing a lap. Not sure. I think finishing. Takubi starting his flying lap, though, as well as Dark Viper just in front of him. So let's see where they can put their cars on the timing tower for their first runs in Q2. We got 7 minutes remaining in the session, so they will have time to get round and go for another one. Dantax also on a flying lap.
I'm just following from Takubi, and he's going to get a lovely slipstream down up towards Ascari and then down the back straight with how close he is to Dark Viper.
Yeah, he's probably a little bit too far to be picking up much advantage. I think he's quite far off now, to be honest.
Yeah, he looks slide out of one of the leg moves.
Sector times aren't looking too bad for them, though. So, we'll see. We'll see how they go. I'm expecting to see these guys relatively near the top. Maybe Takubi having a few issues with the dirty air of Dark Viper probably cost him a tiny amount of time, but now to the line. Let's see, Dark Viper first. He's coming into the pits.
Hey,
actually.
Colin, good to see you.
So
Good
Kubi
to
to
see
the
you tonight.
line.
Hope you're doing okay.
Goes 8th fastest is 20.1. Maybe used tyres, and I think that's quite a bit slower than his Q1 lap.
It's very close between 6th and 9th. 132, 146, 177, 178.
Yeah, I'm not sure many of these drivers can really think they're safe. You got the likes of Mo out of position, really. Maybe Dark Viper could get into Q3. He was 10th in Q1. So I think there's definitely 2 people currently in the drop zone.
Back at the moment, by the looks of it.
My Ferrari teammate just coming out.
Dantax started at that.
Let's keep an eye on him. Oh, wait, I am watching him as it happens.
4 seconds down through 71.
Come on, Mo.
Yeah.
One of us needs to get into Q3,
rain.
hopefully.
I might be seeing things, but I thought I just saw a couple drops of rain.
I'm riding on board with Dantax now to see if we see anything.
I'm really not sure. I mean, I'm going to assume that I'm just seeing things, but it is getting very cloudy. I think we might see some rain by the time we get to Q3.
Okay, so threat of rain in Q3, it would appear. Does look quite misty down the main straight.
Track now.
Not sure if I'm seeing things or not, but I keep thinking I see a drop or 2.
It might just be coming down very lightly. So, yeah, Dantax coming into the pit lane. Let's see what Cyber does to the line.
I'm going to set up another prediction for the actual race.
Puts him into P3. That's a very big improvement for him. And that's going to be a nice position for him. He'll probably be quite happy with that one.
I was thinking it was going to be about a 19.8 for the drop zone myself. So, yeah, that could be unsafe if it is a 19.8.
Yep, Downsy now coming through the parabolic. He was 3/10 up through the first 2 sectors. Let's see what he can do now as he comes to the line. It's a 1 minute 19.8, puts him 4th fastest, just behind what Cyber was able to manage there. Who else have we got? We got Cert just starting his flying lap. He's going to be the next person. So into turn 1 now. Track temperature, it has dropped by 1 degree. So has the air temperature. So the temperatures are dropping a little bit. So you might see a little bit of rain here. We shall see. Nicely through De La Roggia chicane there for Cert.
Okay, so there's another prediction up there for my finishing position. I've given you 3 options this time. Either inside the points, outside the points, or DNF. Feel free to be honest, you won't hurt my ego. I haven't really got one.
I believe Remote has the fastest sector times as it stands. Cert now coming down towards Parabolic. He's going to get a nice slipstream off of, I believe that was Remote. Just pulled out in time, nearly went into the back of the Red Bull, but now into Parabolica. Let's see where Cert can put his Alpine car.
Ferrari teammate got a nice toe off a Red Bull there.
And it's a 1:19.7 for him, puts him 4th fastest.
See what his time is.
Down his time, very close
1:19.1
as well.
Puts him up in currently in 2nd place.
P2 with a 1:19.1. He did get a lovely.
Nicely done, Mo.
One of the Red Bulls down the back straight.
Gonna have to be careful here with the traffic behind, though. Got a couple cars, he's let them pass, though. So
lots of people are going to have to consider strategies at start now that either wets or dries. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain what the race weather's actually going to be like. Because the overall race weather was light
So it's
rain.
two Red Bulls
But if you
on
looked
the
at all of the individual
next
time
ones to
points on the
line
weather,
with
the
kills are
sort of
actually
5, 10, 15, 20 minutes,
so
they
it's
all
two
showed
Red
sun.
Bulls.
So
Remote
I guess we'll just have to
Josh
see what the
driving,
weather looks like at the start.
together right now on the track. I think Remote might be giving Josh a slipstream here. And gonna try and make this one work. A little bit far back, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be.
Where's the
working
poll?
very
It's a
well at all,
prediction. It should
actually.
be at the top of the stream with number 33.
They confused themselves because Josh.
Yeah, I think Josh was a little bit too far back, to be honest.
Or were you asking where pole was in the
Josh
race?
backed off as well.
Currently it's a
They're gonna go for
119.0.
another try. If they have the fuel, they've got a minute left in the session. Josh currently in P13, so he is at risk. Remote has the fastest lap time, so he isn't at any kind of risk.
Where is my pole position? Oh, I see. Yes. Well, we all knew where that was going to happen, didn't we? I very nearly squeaked into Q2.
It's like Shaw can come around the final bend.
I was a tenth and a half away from qualifying for Q2,
down to the line,
which for me is pretty damn close.
Williams,
This was supposed to be a Grand Slam. Well, yes. It'll come eventually.
P5
Yes.
Hurricane.
I'm not sure about that, Louis.
And now that time of for Cyber Cert and Downsy that we thought would be safely through, put them P3 and P4 at the time when they set them. It's now not looking so great. They're down in 6, 7, 8.
A 65 stream streak.
You've got
Shut
Killza
corn,
behind,
Jesus.
Kubi behind, Dark Viper behind.
That's,
all potentially who could have
That's
improved.
loyalty for you. Yeah, I'm over my daily play limit by 9 hours and 30 odd minutes, according to EA. Which, given I've only played about an hour, suggests they've got some issues
Takubi
with their
9
play
tenths off of
limits.
the first two sectors. He's going to be finding pace here.
Someone asked me earlier on what wheel I've got. It's the McLaren GT3 by Fanatec
and 18.7
in a CSLDD base
goes ahead of
with a low tail brake pedal.
Dark Viper on the lap as well. Is Josh pushing?
Exclamation
Josh
mark rig
has
will give you the full
Dark
details, I
Viper
believe.
Next to the line.
I'm supposed to play minus 8 hours a day, exactly with number 33. I've been a really naughty boy today.
For a final lap.
Oh, he's got grass on his on his right tyre there, on the entry to Ascari. That's going to have cost him a little bit of time. He's got one corner left to go, though. Can he get his Haas into Q2? He couldn't do it, into Q3, sorry. He couldn't do it last week. He didn't do it to Jeddah as he started from last place. Let's see now, coming round Parabolica to the line.
Go on, Dark Viper.
Is Dark Viper going to make it to Q3? Yes, he is.
Nicely
I believe
done.
he is safely through now, 3 cars behind.
Yes.
Raven up on his time.
That knocked Raven to 11th, but he's coming down to the line now. He was half a second up through sector 2.
Oh, what was that going on there?
Downsy is out. 1 car left. Kills is out in qualifying. Can Zyros knock Cert out? Yes, he can. Zyros just makes it through by 1 millisecond. Zyros makes it into Q3. Cert is out. He's going to be so disappointed. 1 millisecond
Wow.
is the
P10
gap
to P11, 1
between P10 and
millisecond.
P11 here in Q2. And Cert, yeah, he's going to be very disappointed in
You
himself.
had another 3/10 in you, Josh.
Those used tyres are going to have cost him dearly here.
Very big cost there. Because
Still wouldn't have been enough. It might have made you a place, but
You just
you're
have
right
to
in the
wonder
middle
what
of
could
all
have
the
been
carnage
Cert
for
if
turn
he'd
1, though. That's the only
actually
trouble.
saved some tyres for Q2.
Yeah, I mean, look at the
Started
gap
to
for Cyber as
overthink when you
well.
gain
It's,
loads of time, yeah.
It's only 200ths. He's very close to getting through. And he's just barely missed out in the end. It's very unfortunate for him.
costly mistake. He will be kicking himself all through Q3.
In one corner, you threw it all away. It's far too easy to do.
Alright, so out in Q2 we have Cert, Downsy, Kilza, Josh and Dantax. Both Alpines going out, along with 1 Williams, 1 Red Bull and 1 Haas.
Well, we do have a Ferrari in the
the
final shootout for pole position.
Going into Q3 now.
About 4 tenths behind the current fastest
I'm
lap
not
by
sure
Takuba.
whether those were used tyres for remote potentially, but I mean, based on Q1, it looked very much advantage remote. Takubi seems to have found a little bit of pace here in Q2. I think we're going to have a very nice fight for pole here between a couple of drivers.
And that's assuming it stays dry. If it ends up drizzling a little bit, it could throw a bit of a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
Okay, so on to Q3. Oh, he's still with us, JBG?
12 minutes remain for these 10 drivers to find their perfect lap and hopefully put it as high as they can on the grid.
While we're waiting for any of the drivers to come out, who do we reckon will be getting pole here?
My
do we
money is
predict?
on remote here. To be honest, I've known his pace for quite a while. I've seen him race elsewhere. Yeah, he definitely has the pace. I think he has the potential to do it. If someone's going to do it, I think it could be him.
I'm going to say a sneaky dark horse, because I know he's got pace. He hasn't been showing it yet today, but Zyrox.
Yeah, he's been very consistent. He's qualified P3 at every single race so far this season. Maybe could see him go for that P1 here in Monza. Monza are a very short track. Time-wise, there's not many corners compared to some other
Just
tracks.
seen a plug for the Sim Racing Centre
there's
setups in the chat.
potential.
May as well give you a bit of a
It's you
bit
often
of
get very
incentive
close
there.
qualifying to
They're
and
actually
very close races as
taking
well.
pre-orders of the F124 setups, including race strategies. So if you're like me, you have pre-ordered F124. I did that earlier today. Then you can also pre-order the setups.
Alright.
So they would hope to have setups available on day one of the release. They typically get access to the beta,
We just
I'm
have-
going to go
but
for another
obviously that
left field
may
option
not
for
happen
pole.
this
I'm
year.
gonna say Barbens. I think
But in the
he's
chat
got
there
good
is an
pace.
affiliate
He's
link
been
which helps to
improving
support the
through
channel, as well as a
throughout
discount
Q1
code that will
and
get you
Q2.
5% off
I
anything you
think
buy.
he's
Yeah.
gonna
They've
really
got
on it
setups
up
for
in that fight.
the F1 games, a
He's
setup
been
Corsa,
He was fast
iRacing,
in
the rally
Q1
game,
actually.
all sorts of
So,
stuff.
Um,
And they'll
he's
even sell
definitely
you
had the pace
strategies.
in the early
They
stages.
will race engineer for you. They'll analyze hot laps. And
he'll be
also
another
do
interesting
driver
part
training.
to
So if you're
watch
interested in any of that, do check them
as
out.
to whether he
Exclamation
can
mark SRC in the chat for a
put
bit more
his car up
details.
there.
Or
Alright.
Takubi getting completely left out of it. Although I see you personally reckons it's going to be Takubi, Remote, and then Barbans.
Very
So someone's
interesting.
backing Takubi.
Well, I mean, if we go purely based on the
Let's,
statistics, then
I'm going to watch my Ferrari
I
teammate,
believe
see how they get on.
Takubi will take pole. I think he has the smallest average delta to pole. Zyros will start P3 as he has done every race this season. And then I guess you'd put remote in P2. I think purely based on the statistics. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes.
I've just been informed something by Downsy how's the restart going to work with the weather situation. So once you actually get into, because obviously you'll be starting the race then restarting people. So once you're doing your strats, if someone can actually just screenshot the weather conditions, and then we can sort that with custom weather.
Yeah, we'll try to recreate it as best as possible. There's only 3 slots for the weather, so we'll just try and match it up as best as possible. It's not going to be a perfect match. But we'll see what we can do, yeah. Barbenson 18.9 puts him P1.
So it sounds like we could have a lobby restart before the race.
Takubi set an 18.7 in Q2, so I think...
So we all get
there's still
full set
plenty
of new
time
tyres.
to come in this session. Next car to line is going to be the AlphaTauri of Shanban, I believe. No, it's Cyber 20.7. I think that's used compound. Then we have Takubi.
And so I know with Barbin's lap, he on the first of the I think it was first corners he caught the gravel, so that would have cost him time there.
Takubi P2 with a 19.0, Shanban P3 a 19.9. Then we have Mo, I think just started a lap. Zyros just started a lap as well, and then we have Remote. He invalidated. He's Maybe going for a second one, I'm not sure. Raven to the line. I think he invalidated. Shuriken.
As he goes P3 with a 119.4.
Yep. So he'll probably
Mo
be quite happy with that lap time.
nearly made a mistake in the in the second chicane.
Just
Sorry,
marginally faster than what he did in Q2, so he is finding pace here. I don't think he'll be too upset with that one.
a lot of traffic ahead of Mo. Is this going to help with a slipstream, I wonder?
Did as well on his lap. So.
On the exit of the second chicane, I believe it doesn't hurt your lap time too much. Right, Mo now coming through Ascari. He picked up another
slipstream here
off of the Mercedes Takubi. He's going to get another slipstream off of this Alpha Tauri. Let's see where he can put his Ferrari now, coming round the Parabolica. Let's see what time it's going to be for Mo. It's going to be a 1 minute 19.097, puts him third fastest, just behind.
That's only a couple of tenths.
I think he'll be happy with that one. Zyros,
yeah, 10.5 behind pole. Nicely done, Mo.
For him. And then Raven coming to the line now. Let's see where he can put his car at 6th fastest and 19.5. Last person on a flying lap. He's invalidated again, remote. That's not great for him. 2 invalid laps at the start of this session. 5 minutes remaining. It's not looking great for him. Well, 6 minutes just. But I don't think he's in the most comfortable position right now.
We just see everyone.
So Remote, who's one of the favourites to take pole, has already had 2 invalid laps in Q3.
So is Barbans. I think they're trying to avoid the traffic here. Traffic's always been a bit of an issue at Monza, to be honest. It's quite a short lap, and everybody seems to back up on that final straight. It can be a bit distracting on the entry to Parabolica, especially if you have a car on the inside, for example. Oh, and Dark Viper spins on the entry to turn 1, locks the rears up there. That's his lap done. Does he have the fuel to go again?
Even if he does, I think at this point he'll want to get back into the pits and put on a new set of tyres for a final run there.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough fuel. I can see he has 1.4 laps of fuel left. So he will have to come back to the pits. He should have plenty of time, though. 4.5 minutes remaining. We got Barbance starting his lap, Remote on an outlap as well. But let's go with Barbance now. Into turn 1. Much cleaner than what Dark Viper managed. Touched that sausage girl on the inside of turn 2 a bit. That can unsettle the car quite a lot. But he managed to get through alright. Now through the Curva Grande and towards the Della Roggia chicane. A little bit of grass on the entry. Shouldn't have cost him too much. Stayed out of the gravel on the exit. The car looked very stable there. It's not looked too bad so far. Let's see, towards the Sector 2 split, what is this going to be compared to his first lap? Nearly 2 tenths up on his other lap. Ooh, that didn't look great for Ascari. Looked like he lost the rear a little bit there. That might have cost him some time all the way.
So about 3 minutes left in Q3. Everyone almost certainly will be out for a final run.
Is he going to abandon this lap and come into the pits, or is he going to take the line? If he goes to the line, no, he is coming into the pits. I was going to say, if he goes to the line, that's going to be his final lap. Remote now has the track all to himself as he goes on his for his lap.
So pressure is on Remote.
2 laps, to be honest, here, given he's invalidated.
They've invalidated their previous laps, as the commentary team have just said.
We did 2 out laps.
I believe he did just 1 there. Otherwise, he'd have a time showing.
That's true.
The lap is looking quite good for Remote, though, so far. Through Sector 2 now, through the Lesmos, onto the back straight. DRS open. Let's see. As we now go towards Ascari, probably one of the hardest corners on the track, if not the hardest. It's a purple middle sector for Rocket, not for Rocket, for Remote.
So Remote goes purple in the middle sector.
Very good for him right now. Into a
See how this final sector goes.
Put his Red Bull onto
Have a yellow flag.
Original pole position. Oh, and he's
Oh, he's coming
invalidated
in.
the Parabolica. And that could be qualifying over for Remote. 1 minute 50 left in the session. He might just have enough time to get back in. But it's going to be very close if he wants to manage to get that one turned around.
I think it's a 30-second turnaround time, so I don't think he's going to have time at the stage.
Yeah, it's... If he does manage
There's
to...
a surprise. Remote's going to be down in
He
P10,
was
it would appear.
2 tenths faster than anyone has gone through the middle sector. He was flying there. And it just all got undone as he tried to maximise the track on the exit through the parabolic, had just barely edged off the line there. And that is very costly for him in the end. I think that may be qualifying over. 1 minute 13 left in the session. I see movement in the Red Bull garage now. He is heading out onto track. But I don't think there's going to be enough turnaround time for him.
If he isn't out the pits by 55 seconds, he's done.
Yeah, I think it's too late for Remote. Unfortunately, I think he is gonna miss his Q3 run. 3 invalidated lap times for the Red Bull driver. Here comes Cyber now starting his flying lap.
So Remote's coming out with 45 seconds. I guess they can cut all the chicanes.
Lots of curb for the AlphaTauri. Unsettled the rear a little bit, but he's managed to survive without spinning the car. Now through the curve Grande, Remote is on track, but he does also have this car in front of him, so he can't cut the corners too much, else he might impede the AlphaTauri. I don't think Remote's going to make it. 20 seconds left. He's definitely not making it, actually. Unfortunately, that is qualifying over for Remote. He might be staying...
Okay, so my Ferrari teammate's just starting a lap with about 10 seconds remaining. It's timed that well.
But Cyber now on the run down towards the car. Let's see what's his lap time.
Let's see
I think
how their lap time goes. They're currently P3.
Tires, I believe. And Cyber is 5 tenths up through the first
only a
sectors.
tenth and a half or
Now.
so behind pole. So let's see how they can do on this final lap.
Does seem to be out of the way. That's good.
There's a car ahead of them. They're a tenth up in their on their first sector time.
So yeah,
So
Raven
that's
at
looking
best
promising.
in P6.
They can maintain
And with drivers
this.
behind improving, that could be even lower. Cyber now coming to the line. Where can he put this AlphaTauri? I clicked the wrong button. It's P7, just goes ahead of his teammate, but doesn't quite get Raven there.
Okay, coming to the end of sector
Next to the
2.
line
Let's see
will
how the
be
time
Takubi
looks.
coming down towards the Parabolica. Then we have a bunch of cars.
3 tenths
In a
up
bit of a train
after
there.
sector 2. So there's
All gonna be
every
first line
possibility
very
that
quickly.
Mo
Here comes
could...
Takubi
Oh,
down
and there's
through.
been a crash there.
Barbans has crashed on the exit of Ascari. He's lost the rear and he's gone into the barrier on the right-hand side.
Kubi
to the line,
goes
he takes
pole with a
pole.
118.5.
But can Mo stop him? Mo is coming to the line very soon. Sharagan next to the line. What can he do? It's a 19.4 for him. Puts in P5. Next is Dark Viper. Goes 5th fastest with a 19.4 as well.
19.2, 19.0, sorry, remains
Mo to the line.
third.
That's a 19.0. Doesn't improve his position. It's P3 for him. Shanban says P9, doesn't get ahead of his teammate. Last car to the line, Zyros. What can Zyros do? Can Zyros get into P3?
He does.
Zyros gets P3 like he has at every single race this season. It's the same position. And Takubi takes pole by 3 tenths from Barbos after Barbans crashed out at Ascari on his final flying lap. Yes, so reminder everybody that we will be having a lobby restart just to get rid of the ghosted car. So can somebody please take a screenshot of the weather also on the strategy screen and DM it to me? That would be great.
Okay, so they're asking for a lobby restart. I dare say they're probably going to get about
and we will
15
be back in a
screenshots
second
of the
once
weather
we
on the
have the
strategy
lobby.
page.
Qualifying, we see Takubi in P1, Barbans in P2, Zyrox P3, Mo P4, Dark Viper managed to get himself up to P5, Shorrock P6, Raven, despite that not making the line, P7, Cyber P8, and then the screen just went off. So
It was
P9 and 10.
Shamban P9, Remote P10. All right.
And P9 and remote P10.
Okay, so we have got wet
So we have
conditions, it appears.
Yeah, so
This
we
is
have,
going to be interesting.
Intermediate conditions for the start of this race, but we will be having a lobby restart, as we said. So if somebody can please take a screenshot of the weather,
Rain for the
just so
whole race.
we have it,
here.
and then please retire your cars, and we will be able to get on the way for this race as soon as possible once we have sorted it out.
Sure, sir. We'll take a screenshot.
Yeah. All right. So we will be back once we're getting underway for the second race. We will see you shortly.
Just saw on Cert's stream, enters throughout,
All right.
light
Cool.
rain throughout.
Cool. Yeah. So we will see you shortly.
VSC deployed. The virtual safety car has been deployed. We need to keep a positive delta here. Slow down and maintain a positive.
Using that to cheekily do a practice start in the wet conditions. So this is going to be interesting. A full wet race. That's going to mix things up significantly. Let's see. I guess the commentary channel has gone offline. Oh bollocks! I left, didn't I? Right. I hope I haven't screwed up the lobby for everybody. Let me just go and mention in Search channel that I did the wrong thing. Just let Cert know, Josh. I'll get an invite into the game, hopefully. Well, so we're starting P16, a wet race. This is going to make turn one all the more interesting. I don't know if you can update your predictions now that we've seen what the weather has in store for us. Actually, no, the prediction's finished. I only gave you 5 minutes, didn't I? So, yes. Well, the predictions are set. Let's see what happens in the actual race. JBG, are you with us? We're just recreating the lobby. Yes. I fully expect that there's a good chance I'll be one of them, unfortunately. We will see, though, Josh. How are you feeling about a wet race? You qualified, was it P13, P14? Quite a nice starting position. But unfortunately, right in the middle of the chaos. 14th. Yeah, right in the middle of all the chaos. Yeah, I don't think anyone is particularly. I'm just processing all of my goals and car parts. Not sure there's much point, but well, now's your chance to turn it on. You with us, JVG? Excellent stuff. It's all quiet so far. You're going to just send it, right? I'm staying away from you then. Not into another car. Good plan. Okay, there's my invite from Cert. Oh, nicely done, Viper. Still recovering from Saturday and Sunday, are you? You did quite well, though. Well done. Yes, you and me both lose, Louis. And still managed to qualify, what, P5? Oh, well, nicely done, JBG. Most people would attempt to do that the other way around. Yeah. Surviving in the wet around Monza is going to be the trick. Going to be a stressful race. Absolutely, Josh. Going into that first corner, you're going to brake it 50 years early. I'm already on the brakes. Louis. Hard to overtake in the Netherlands. The start-finish straight is the place to do it, as well as the third gear right-hander. What's that about? Turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About turn 8. Yep, absolutely. I'm on the brakes now. In fact, I might put the handbrake on, Josh. That might be the safest way through turn 1. Do a Max Verstappen. Drive the first couple of laps with the handbrake on. Excellent.
All right, guys. I believe we are ready. So you can ready up now. Let's get on with this race. Please. I
suspect you're right, Josh.
And remember your setups.
Yeah, I'm not quite last. Sadly, I'm P16. I almost made Q2. I was a tenth and a half off making it into Q2, which was a bit of a shame. I did select my car, didn't I? Yep. That a car will win, I suspect you're right, Corn. Although the way things are going, the safety car could win. Absolutely, Viper. Good point. So tyre allocation doesn't really make much difference because it's a completely intermediate race. Yeah, I got that. There's certainly no points for this race. Do you know what, Sanjay? I think you could be right there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for a very wet Monza. And yeah, the rain is falling.
Face. Thank you for that.
Conditions are going to be tricky. And I think this is really going to bring the skill out in the drivers.
Oh, heck. They're relying on driver skill.
It's always tricky conditions in the rain.
Indeed, Josh.
So
best of luck.
Monza into turn 1.
Yeah, everybody please remember setups. You will be struggling so much if you forget your setup here. Even more than other tracks. So yeah, make sure you do remember to select your setup. And yeah, make sure you've got it on right. I think that's the most important thing. I'm not sure if we're still yet loaded into the lobby. It's still saying waiting for players. We might be loaded in, actually. I'm not too sure. We'll see though.
It might just be a waiting to ready up so everyone gets their setups and straps.
Yeah, we shall see.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anyone saying chat that the lobby's frozen or anything, so I would imagine it's...
Right, I think we're good to go.
On search stream, they're in the lobby, nobody's just readied up yet. Somebody has now, so...
Thank you, Josh. I am turning the text-to-speech off for the start of the race. I may ask for it to be turned back on partway through, so don't be offended if I ignore the chat.
so 5 lights. Away we go. Kubi takes us away. You see someone getting a bit of a slide on there. Fly up. Down to turn 1. Oh, looking very safe at this moment.
Oh, sandwiched.
Just stick a little nose into them, backs it out, and Kubi gets out into 3-1. Already killing 8 tenths.
Dark Viking got a
I
very
did
good
see
start
someone
after
with wing
P3,
damage.
and remote up to P5 off the grid from 10. Now challenging Mo into the Delaware chicane. It has to back out though. It's going to be very tricky into the chicane. Couple cars having a look to the inside. Contact between Surt and Downsy there at the chicane. It's like Vettel and Hamilton all over again. And Downsy is spent spinning around, and he has dropped down the order. Lewis also losing his front wing, I believe, at turn 1. So he is going to have to be making an early pit stop. Shuriken also, I think, has an issue. He's dropped off the back of the pack as well, but very good start for Takubi. 8 tenths, 9 tenths clear of Barbans right now. And it's looking very good. Darkness also seems to have some decent pace compared to the McLaren driver, very close to the back of him. Much more than the McLaren is to the Mercedes. Remote getting past Mo on the run towards Paddock, and now Remote gonna have the car long ahead before they get to the corner. Quite an easy move, it looks like, for the Red Bull driver, getting past quite easily. So Takubi leads us away after the first lap. Champagne getting past Raven on the exit of the final corner and down the main straight. Very close going into the first corner. Remote
Okay, we made it through the first lap.
Dark Viper manages to get up into 3rd place. Mo had to back out a bit there. Oh no, Mo's had to take to the escape road. That's why. And Mo's going to be losing positions here. Mo down to P9. Maybe losing more as well on the run through the Clever Grande. Yellow flags at turn 1. We have a car off as well. I'm not sure who that is. It's AD and Downsy, I believe. Maybe had a coming together there. Raven a little bit out of shape.
No coming together, just a skill issue on my part.
Chaos at the start of this Grand Prix. Mo losing lots of position. The new fight's hard to get back through now. Oh, he's gone wide though at the Lesmos, and that's let one of the Alpines through, and he's letting the other one through. Does Mo have damage?
Okay, it sounds like my teammate is going backwards as well.
Get a glimpse of his front wing now.
Here comes Raven on Cyber down towards Ascari. I think he's got ahead before the corner. Very nice move from the McLaren driver, getting up into P7 now. Oh, but he's gone wide. He lost the rear through Ascari. He had to take onto the gravel. That's going to have cost him a couple of positions now to Kilter and Cyber here. And yeah, not what he was looking for.
I can confirm Mo doesn't have any wing damage. It's just a series of bad corners for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, Remote has got past Barbens. He's now on the charge to try and catch up to Shuby. Twister there.
I think Remote's going to have some decent pace. Mo is now into the pit lane. Not a good start to his Ferrari career so far. In front of Rossi, it's going to be...
Okay, so my teammate is in the pits. This is
17,
unfortunate.
18 as it stands. Not how they wanted to start off here in Monza in front of the home crowd. Remote is closing in fast on Takubi. He has the pace here on the wet. It's looking really nice for him so far. We have a very close battle further back though. The two Alpha Tauris fighting into the Delaware chicane. Cyber just having to slot in behind. Raven all over the back of the Alpine of Kilzer as well. Gonna be very good.
I think someone just had to take the escape road at turn 1, I think it was. Didn't quite, it might have been dark. I was too busy watching Dragon, who's managed to get himself up to P12 already, 7 place games.
Looks like a decent start to this race for Dragon, to be honest. He's right on the back of Josh. Been looking to make some more moves here in this race. Try and get into the points for the first time this season. Oh, Raven losing the rear on the exit of Scarring again. He's really struggling in that McLaren in these wet conditions. That could give Santa a chance into Scarring. I think he's just a bit too far back to be making a move there though. Dragon having a look on Josh as well, but a little bit too far back. Barbans gets through second time onto the track limit on lap 4. Very early.
Okay, sadly no chance of the conditions improving.
To get to track limit, I think. And Josh has made a mistake, and Dragon has managed to get past Josh, losing a couple of seconds on the exit of Ascari. And that,
Cyber was looking to make a move on Sam Bambler, but then just backed out into turn 1.
Raven also managed to make a move on the
He's keeping quite close to the back of his rear diffuser on the exit. Is he going to make a move into turn 3 and 4 here?
They come from quite a distance back. He's lifting off. He's not wanting to fight his teammate. They've got to work together here. Shotlikin gets past Fox, and so does Josh, I think. On the inside, oh, and there's contact between the Aston Martin and the Red Bull.
Okay, so the
Luckily,
gap to the
Josh
car
managed to keep
ahead,
going, but that's not going to be helping his
2.7
confidence here in
seconds.
this race. So that's all over the back of his teammate right now. Are we going to see some team orders from the Alpine team? Swapping the drivers round here, down towards Ascari. Sert is gaining very fast, and I think Kilser is letting him through. Looks like Sert has the better pace at this stage of the race. Try and get past the McLaren and the two AlphaTauris. They are fighting them very hard right now.
We are slightly quicker than Dantax ahead.
In the midfield.
Inside the lifting off. You're not with battle his teammate without
Oh,
even taking
and that's
him on.
Brabantsoff at Parabolica. I don't know if there was contact between him and Dark Viper, maybe. But he
seems
has
to have
gone
fallen
round.
back
That
again.
has cost him some time here, a couple seconds. Unfortunate for him.
Guy up just backing out of the move on Dark Viper in turn 1. That's the driver's playing it safe at this stage.
I mean, it's only that 5. They don't want to be taking each other out here. Oh, Raven losing the rear again. He is really struggling. And Kisert, I think, lost the rear as well. Remote has left the session. Remote, you should be able to join off me through Steam to get back in. Zyros and Dark Viper also fighting very closely here in these early stages of the Italian Grand Prix. I think Zyros is really going to want to get to this podium, losing the rear a little bit again. Some of these drivers are really struggling in these wet conditions, and just not on the pace. I think some drivers here are really going to be hoping for safety. I like Mo, to be honest. He's down in 18th place now, 13 seconds off his teammate. It's not looking great for him right now.
Just 1.7 behind Dantax now.
About 15 seconds, so he's closing it down slowly but steadily.
Unfortunately, Remote's disconnect has given Takubi a 5-second lead out in front. It has dropped Remote down to P4, just behind Zyros. That's not going to have done him any benefits. And here comes Zyros now on the inside, on the run towards turn 1. He manages to get past the Hash driver.
He's still waiting to see Remote take control of his vehicle.
I believe he will be in the process. He's just taking control now. And Raven might be trying to have a look here on Cyber now. On the run towards the Belarus chicane. I think he's probably going to be a little bit too far back, but maybe if he uses some battery, could try a little bit of a dive mode. That's the fastest lap of the race, showing he has the pace. And we have yellow flag. That's AD round at turn 1. Unfortunate for him, he's lost his front wing as well. That's not going to be doing him any favours. That's going to be a pit stop for the Ferrari driver. Both Ferrari drivers struggling early on here.
That's very annoying. I was catching slowly.
Very close to the back of Cyber again. Driving gets a 3-second time back for track limits.
Okay, mate, don't worry about the
Are
damage.
we
I've
going
got
to be
some
seeing
new
some news
strategy
potentially
options
from
if you go and check
Raven
your MFD.
very soon on Cyber?
Copy that.
It's closing, but not enough to make a move into Ascari. Ascari is a very tricky corner to make overtakes. You have to be very, very close, even alongside, potentially even a little bit ahead, to be honest, to get through cleanly. Downsy gets past Josh on the entry to Ascari, and now here comes Raven to the outside of Parabolica, getting past the AlphaTauri driver. That's one gone. Just Champagne in front of him now, and then is his teammate. After his teammate made that mistake of Parabolica a couple laps ago. Although Cyber is very close to the back here, he's going to be potentially going for another move here, trying to re-overtake into turn 1. I think he's going to be a little bit too far back to make that lunge though, especially in these tricky conditions.
You see Dark Viper just catching to the back of Zyrox and just trying to keep a bit of damage that has allowed Remote to make the pass on the exit of
I
turn 1.
think it was just a little bit of a mistake through turn 1 and 2, and it's just cost him about a second there to Zyrox, and it's allowed Remote to pass as well. So we see AD and Josh both in place, maybe some damage with Josh as well. We saw he lost his front wing, unfortunately. Yeah, this midfield is looking very close. It has done so far this
Right,
season.
let's go.
Every
Come
race.
on. Perfect job on
Still
the
looking
turn in
very
there, mate.
close.
Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one.
As we see on the back of Kills, it'll be squeezing down to team orders again, but our Alpine going to give it
You only have
again.
to stop once
But it
now.
looks like
One
they'll
stop
have,
left.
although Kills will be protesting that one, because obviously Tilted lost it and Kills managed to get back through.
Remote close right onto the back of Zyros. Now we might be having a look into turn 1 here. Probably going to be the planes and battery damage. Oh, that's a moment for Zyros losing the rear against the Parabolica. That's going to cost him some time, especially all the way down to turn 1. I think he's probably deploying his battery now. But here comes Remote with his battery deploying as well. Is he going to have a look into someone? No, he's just backing out here. Not going to be sending a dive.
Come on, AD, get tyres warmed up.
On Raven now to the inside. Is he going to get this move done on the turn 1? He has the better braking, does get ahead, but there's contact, I think, between the two cars. They both go a bit deep there, and now they're still fighting on the run through the curve of Grande. Who is going to get ahead by the time they get to the next chicane? Remotes.
Sorrelson is in the pit for a new nose, and he got a 5-second penalty upon pit entry.
Dark Viper just got a switch back on Cyros through the chicane there, managed to get past him. Cyber did get ahead of Raven there. But yeah, Remote, Viper and Zyros were all fighting very hard there. Going into the chicane, and Dark Viper managed to get a switch back there on Zyros. Dan Bass gets a 2-second hand penalty for track limits. And that is going to be costly for him probably later on in the race, especially if we get a late safety car.
At this stage, Takuji will be feeling very confident out front, managed to build up a 5.9 second gap near enough.
Yeah, I mean obviously Remote's disconnect helped with that, and so did Remote's fighting with the likes of Viper and Zyros. Josh gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's not even for multiple warnings. That's just a straight 3 seconds. And Barber's getting past Zyros now, going into turn 1. Has that inside line later on the break.
Okay, so I've got new tyres on compared to everybody else, so in theory I should
Raven
be.
as well. Raven's going to try.
Admittedly, they're only 6 or 7 laps old.
Turn 3 now and 4.
Here, I should be a fair bit quicker.
But I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough.
See if we can catch up with Louis and Josh.
Of the Alpine car, but here just dropping that. I think start running slightly lower wings.
I'm wondering.
Okay, gap ahead is 15.7 seconds.
And he's looking to make a move on Gandam, and he's now got 2 places.
He was having that fight with Cyber through the first sector a couple laps ago, and
I don't think I've been lapped yet, have I?
Probably cost him a little bit of time doing that. He gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Unfortunately for him, here comes Cert now on Cyber to the outside. I think Cert running a dry setup here, potentially much lower wings than the rest of the grid. He's making very nice moves here through the field.
We can just see briefly there, Cert has used a lot of his ERS. So at the front of this train now, he might be a sitting duck going into turn 1 or into this final turn.
Yeah, Cyber backing out, doesn't want to send a move into Parabolica, but could get a move now down into turn 1. It looks like Cert got a decent exit there. He's pulled 4/10 through the Parabolica. But here comes Cyber now with the run, with the slipstream, with the ERS, pulls out to the left-hand side and manages to get past the Alpine driver. Are we going to see a move from Raven as well? Raven almost going to the back of Cert there, to the outside now of the Alpine. He's going to try it around the outside. Just managing to get that one through. It's the inside for turn 2, but Cert's going to get a much better exit with that outside line, and that's going to allow Cert to maintain a position ahead of Raven for the time being. Oh, we have yellow flags. That's who is that? It's Shuriken. I think it was Shuriken on the Parabolica.
We could see Kills get a big undercut here. He's decided to
And
not
Dantax
get
off at turn 2 as well.
Shuriken is pit against his.
Lots of people having ops by the sound of it on the commentary.
Couple cars now starting to struggle, probably with the tyre wear here. We're getting towards the end of this stint. I think we've seen quite a few spins in the last few laps.
Kills had already pitted. He decided not to sit behind, obviously Cyber.
I don't think he did it. I believe he had a spin, actually.
Kills a pitted, I watched him.
Oh yes, he did, sorry. I should probably have that up, to be honest. Yes.
So he could make a nice undercut here if they continue to battle at front.
I mean, it's a bit early for a pit stop, to be honest. Look at how many laps are still remaining in this race. He might be going for a 2-stop here then. But that's a very interesting strategy for him. If he gets a safety car later on, then it could work out for him. I'm not sure that was the right call, to be honest. Anybody making moves in the midfield? Doesn't think it's close enough here. Can't fight for him.
They even had a little look at back out, decided against it.
So it's gone a little bit deep. But I don't think that's going to cost him enough to really be thinking about a move here going into turn 4. Just a little bit too far back on the Alpine driver, just has to slot him behind. He's probably a bit frustrated to be honest.
Limits.
This train of cars right now wants to be making time up here, pushing forward to try and catch up to that next train. And it just doesn't.
Lots of other people pitting.
It's wide for him through the first resume. That's probably a track limits one as well. I think he's starting to struggle on these used compound tyres. Used intermediates.
Our gap to the car in front is
coming out here and just past by
27.4
Lewis.
seconds.
I think this is going to stay quite constant for the time being. Downsy and Fox fighting it into Ascari. Downsy passed on the inside, getting ahead of the Aston Martin driver. Here comes Fox now on the run down towards Parabolka. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go. Has a look to the left, has a look to the right, but just sits behind. Wants to get that slipstream down the main straight. Yeah, probably frustrated in that queue. Just wants to get some clean air, get the fresh track, and let's see where he comes out though compared to Kills there. So this is going to be a crucial one. Let's see if Kills' undercut has worked. I assume it will work. How well has it worked for him?
Well, he was at 1.41 seconds off the lead, and he brought that.
Okay, so we are catching up with the cars ahead.
Yeah, look at that gap between Raven and Kills now. Let's see once we go to update. 3.2 seconds. I think that's going to change a little bit more.
That was nearly 3 seconds a lap quicker than Louis on the last lap.
I think we might potentially see some pit stops here very soon, given that. I'm surprised we haven't had any DNFs yet, to be honest.
No, not even any safety cars. They're all behaving, all being quite clean, pretty bad, pretty safe.
Front as well. 7.8 seconds out of the gap. That probably is a result of this battle that's happening. For P2 as it stands, Shark that's the fast lap of 1:28.0. And let's see Remote coming to the pits, going for the undercut. Barnes follows him in. Yeah, they're going for the undercut now on to P2. Try and close that gap. Dark Factor's going to have to stick it out. He was he committed to staying out. And we have Cyber and Cert into the pit. Cert gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's going to be costly for him. I don't think that one was planned for him. The grid is fairly spread out now, actually. It's probably going to be driver Eric and Garcia right here. And here comes Downsy on Fox into turn 1. Downsy has that inside line. They're both quite even on the brakes, and does just manage to get a little bit of wheel banging there in the mid corner. But
this is crucial for Remote and Barbenz. They've come out right behind this battle.
Remote having to look to the inside of Curva Grande. Just managed to get past it. There was almost contact there between him and the Aston Martin. Barbenz just has to sit behind. This is going to be costing them both time, to be honest, in their fight with Dark Viper and Cyrus. Here goes Remote to the inside of the first Lesmo. Manages to get past the Williams. Barbenz also getting past Fox here. Downsy though trying to have a look at it for a second on Remote there. And now I think Barbenz is probably going to have to burn a bit of back to try and get past the Williams Ascari. Here he goes to the right hand side of the track now. Going to be the outside of the sky, but I think he's going to be easily clear of the Williams by the time he gets to the corner. And hopefully he hasn't lost too much time. Jacoby now into the pits, covering off that undercut. Here comes Dark Viper as well into the pit lane. And Zyros has continued on for another lap, but maybe hoping for a bit of a safety car here. Try and bring himself into this race very nicely. Refresh your tyres.
Hilda has gained massively on that undercut. To say he was behind first when he hit it, he's now 5 seconds in front, and also has that 5-second penalty.
Yeah, but also those worn tyres are really going to be affecting Kills here. I think it's definitely going to give Rayburn the advantage in this fight. Ravens has the fastest lap of 1:27.7. Here he comes on Kills. Josh has 3 seconds.
Getting caught massively by Shuriken behind me, which isn't much of a surprise in fairness.
He goes. Who's doing later on the brakes? Rayburn gets the move done. Oh, and he's lost the rear. Rayburn losing the rear, and I think there might have been some contact with him and the Alpine as well. Kills it is off the track, and that has cost him some time. Here comes Cyber now getting past the Alpine driver. I think Raven's waiting to. I don't know who is waiting to let him pass in sympathy. Not too sure there. That one might get looked at by the FIA though. Here comes Shanbao on start as well, very close. Go and have a look at the move though.
Louis pits.
5 seconds time out for the track. There's Dragonflies, lets his teammate pass. His teammate a pit stop ahead right now.
Lewis wasn't a 3-second track limit, it was 5 seconds to entry.
Yeah.
So everyone has done a pit stop now except for Zyrox and Dragon, and just to say that Zyrox comes in.
Barbens gets another 3-second time penalty there. I believe that's 6 seconds total for him now. So not ideal. Fox having a look on Downsy now into a scurry. They're going wheel to wheel. Downsy has that inside line, but has to back out there. Not quite close enough to stick his nose in there. And yeah, Zyrox losing lots of positions now. And Mo's actually going to be fighting with him now on the pit exit. Mo manages to get past, and then Mo is on 12 lap on tyres because he had to make that early pit stop. So it's not looking great for Mo. Here comes Shamban getting past Cert as well. Nice clean move on the main straight there.
Hey, JBG, chat seems quite quiet. You could turn TTS back on if you want.
Yeah, the Wonders at the moment is still out there on 14-lap-old tyres up into Q2 from back of the grid.
I mean, this will be an amazing call if the safety car comes out now. Obviously, if he causes that safety car, not so much.
Louis way behind me, JBG.
Yeah, so will Moses at 12 laps old. Next oldest is Josh on 8 laps in P15. He's not fighting.
Or do you mean
right now,
if I pit again?
I expect he'll just make a pit stop
Too much inside curb there.
around lap 18, I'd say. Josh rating his 3-second time penalty for track limits. That's not going to help him in this battle.
I'm going to try and stay out as long as I can. See if I can do a pit stop under the safety car.
For the Alfa Romeo driver into Barbago gets past very easily on the Ferrari. We might see a pit stop soon from Mo down to get a 3-second time penalty for track limits. No. That's not going to happen in the
Okay, listen, don't worry about it.
In the oh, we have yellow flags. AG has spun at the Lesmo, and that's another one. And we have a safety car. Safety car is out. This plays very nicely into Dragon's hands. Currently in P2.
Oh, well, there's my safety car. I didn't want to be the one that caused it.
Compared to his fastest lap, ended up just 5 seconds over to QB on that lap alone. So it's really
I believe that's him backing up in case of a double stack. And yeah, that's really helps Mo and Dragon. They were the two on very old tyres right now, just hanging it out. Still no DNFs though. It was just a front wing on the track. So let's see who's coming into the pit lane. The first cars are going to be Downsy and Josh, and Jantak staying out on 5-lap old intermediate tyres. We will help with letting the cars through once the safety car is formed up. I'm not exactly sure who needs to go past. Actually, I don't think anyone.
Christ, that was close.
Lewis is ahead of Kubi as it stands.
Yeah, I think everyone.
Unless Takubi stays out here, in which case he might overtake 1 or 2 back markers. We shall see. Takubi is coming into the pits. This is a very nice strategy for Dragon. He's pulled this one off very nicely. It's a Mercedes 1-2 as it stands, but obviously this double stack is going to drop Dragon a couple positions. Barbent stays out on track 4 lap intermediates for him. Alright, so Barbans, please go off
Okay,
track
slow down,
and
slow down.
let
Your delta's negative,
Ferrari
which means
pass.
you're
No, he
going
gets
too
5
fast.
seconds for
Reduce
speeding in
your
the pit
pace.
lane. So just whenever you can.
So
go
I'm being
off
let
track,
past.
And once the Ferrari's caught up
Right,
to, I
let's
guess.
pick up the pace a touch,
And
please.
let
We need to
him
close
through.
within 10 car lengths of
I'm
the
very
car ahead.
surprised the Kubi pitted there because he was only on 2 lap old into tyres. And obviously one of them seemed done, half of it seemed done into the safety.
Yeah, I mean, the Indians went very quickly here, so doesn't want to cost
Towards
anything.
the end of the stint, those tyres would have been very risky against the fresh entry, so it does make sense to get a bot.
It could have been a difference of even up to 10 seconds less. Thank you, Barbans, and then also the Aston Martin behind you as well.
Right,
Once
the
he
safety
catches up,
car's
please
waiting
let
for
him
the
through as
leader.
well.
You can overtake
And
him.
that is all
Overtake
the
the
last
safety
cars
car.
that need to be let through.
Ah! Jesus.
Pretty much
Cut
everyone
off by the
is
safety
different.
car.
Dantax, Fox, Shuriken, and Barbans, the only ones staying out.
I can't get past the
Yeah,
safety
and
car
also
because of
let
my bloody
Aston
Delta.
Martin through as well.
Jesus, that was a bit
So
hairy.
Barbans, the Aston Martin of Lewis behind you, please go off
Right,
track
drop
and
your
let him
speed.
through
That
as well,
delta's
so he
too
can
low.
unlap
You
himself.
risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Thank you very much. And that is all the lapped cars through now, so you don't need to worry about that. Josh gets a drive through for speeding on the safety car. That's unfortunate for him. He was very far behind trying to catch up. I think he just pushed his Delta a little bit too much, maybe lost
Yeah, that's true.
concentration. Let's show the positions and Jack is asking for that. Dragonfly is the biggest gaining as was up 15 positions from the last four
Unlucky
so far.
Josh.
Remote up 7, Kills up 4, Thorks up 7. Biggest loser Shuriken down 11. We have Downsy down 4, Shan down 3, Mo and Zyros also down 3 as well. It's been a very good race from Dragon here with that shot. Lewis gets a 3-second time into the corner cutting. I think he just missed the turn 1 there and gone straight on. Yeah, Dragon, that strategy has worked very nicely. I'd say net P3 for him right now, given Barbas is on older tyres. Barbans also has 3 seconds, Dragon has 3 seconds, Barbans has 6 seconds, Dragon has 3, Raven and Kills also have 3 seconds, Dantax, Dowsy and Lewis have 3 seconds, and I believe Josh has 3 seconds along with that drive-through penalty.
It's going to be quite costly for Barbans coming the end of the race
Yeah,
at the moment.
those older tyres and that time penalty, I don't think it's going to go in his favour, to be honest. But we'll see how.
Wonder how long the safety car is going to be out. Am I going to be able
If
to
they
catch
start
it or
fighting
not?
like crazy behind you, you might get a chance to
At
get
least I
away.
did get left
He
past
needs really.
in a timely fashion, unlike
in this race.
at Brazil.
And then they just play
Leaving dropping positions. Interesting.
I think that might have been Raven's apology for earlier.
Potentially. If he's letting it go, it's alright.
I can go as fast as I can, but it's whether they leave the safety car out long enough for me to catch up.
After remote, obviously, let's go for that undercut. They're back on equal tyres, equal footing. Let's see, does remote have the pace to keep up with Scooby? We're going to have one more after that. I will be back in a second.
Before remote's disconnect there, he did have the best pace on track, so he will be looking to get past Barbens with QB fairly quickly, and both of them probably working together to build a gap to everyone else before fighting it out for the win.
Yeah, you would imagine that would be the right strategy call to make at this point, not cost themselves too much time. We've been battling to cost you quite a lot of time. The one that will be most happy from the safety car will be Mo.
Yeah, it looks like.
Flipping down and out from those early mistakes, we'll be able to keep it together down into turn 1 and hopefully get back amongst that fighting pack.
It will be interesting to see as well what Dragonflies can do from here. The net Q3 realistically with the age of Barbens tyres. will he have the pace of Dark Viper and Co behind him, or will he fall a little bit and be fighting with perhaps Kills rather than Cyber in those later stages?
I think we might see Dragonfly drop back a few positions here, just based on the fact that Black, from the people posted so far,
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. Remember, there's no overtaking until the timing
But
line.
I think it's definitely
Stay in
interesting
position
with Dragon,
for 3
seeing
laps.
where he ends up slotting in after that very good strategy. I have to
And now
say.
getting the
It's worked out
game
very
reduce
nicely.
my revs
You also
because
got to know
the
that
safety
most of these
cars
guys
coming in.
have pitted for new tyres to set their fastest laps, whereas Dragon hasn't yet had a chance to set a lap on new tyres, so that is still from the first stint.
Yeah, I am full throttle here, and the game is limiting my acceleration.
Barnes leading us again here in Monza, waiting for that safety car to go and weaving on the straight.
Luckily, Shuriken just gets into the back of the train.
Yeah, unfortunately, AD and Lewis will not catch up. They were lap there, so I think they'll be grateful they've managed to get back on lead lap. And now we wait to see when Barnes is going to go. He's left it late, and he has gone now. But I don't think he's got the greatest jump. Remote and Takubi all over the back of him. Dragonfly's also got Dark Viper on.
At least I don't have to be involved in the restart. That may save me some damage.
A little bit of a look up for the Mercedes, I think. Remote also trying to have a look. But Takubi has taken the lead on the outside of turn 1. Managing to get past Barbans there. That's going to be a crucial move for him. Dragonfly's managed to stay ahead of Dark Viper. Dark Viper going around the outside of the Cavigonde. Is he going to be making a move into the Della Roger chicane now? He has the inside line. He managed to get ahead. Here comes Cyrus to the inside as well. Has to back out. Dragonfly's trying to stick it on. Has to cut the chicane there. And that is going to cost him a couple of positions. Kills gets past. Is Raven going to get past? Well, I don't think so. Cirque losing the position to Mo right here. Dropping down to 12. Currently outside of the points. Mo on a charge to get back into the position he deserves really here after
Come on, Mo.
incident early on.
Interesting call from Danpak, because everyone got re-going. He kicked it. I thought he might have had a broken nose, but there was no wind change, so that was just his best tyres.
Interesting. Maybe he had light wing damage, and we have yellow flags, and that's Josh off at Ascari. He's managed to get going again, but that's going to be costly for him. AG manages to go past him up into P16 now. Cirque gets past Shanban, and Moen's Fox fighting as well. And we have a car round. There's an AlphaTauri round at Parabolica. Shanban has spun down to P15 now for him. Might let a couple yards through as well here as he rejoins.
Okay, good work.
That is going to be a
Great
costly
pass.
one for him. Lost the river. I don't know if there was contact. Mo now up into the points. Here comes Fox though in the slipstream. Not quite going to get close enough by the time they get to turn 1. Having looked inside though, I think there was contact. Very late move from Fox there into turn 1. Nearly could have spun the Ferrari round there actually.
As you see a late call from Shanban to come into the pit.
Yeah, might have picked up some wing damage there in that incident, unfortunate for him. Remote managing to stick with Takubi, that is the crucial thing for him. Still sticking with the Mercedes driver. Takubi could be the first repeat winner of the season if he manages to keep it this way, as it has been so far this race. He's been the lead driver.
Hey,
pretty
come
much
on,
the
AD.
entire
No more
thing.
mistakes.
Lewis gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Or are we going to see Remote keep up, take the win at the end of this race, and become the 4th different winner in 4 races? It's going to be a very interesting one here. Lots of
Shanban didn't have any wind change and doesn't look to have any damage, so that was a weird decision why he decided to make that late start into the pit.
Unless again it's just some very minor damage and it's just not showing up. Fastest lap for Takubi, 27.6 currently. Remote is closing in on the Mercedes, not going to be close enough. Takubi having going to the inside there to break that toe. Remote getting very close through the braking zone. He is going to really...
So we are catching Downsy. Oh, Downsy's pitted.
Really hungry for this win.
0.3
AD
seconds.
gets past Downsy. Downsy comes into the pit lane. AD up to 14th place now. Dark Viper all over the back of Barbara as well, going to be quite eager to make a move here. But he's just going to go too far back. Raven gaining on Dragonfly. Dragonfly's managing to keep just within the points as it stands, but I think that penalty might push him out. if it continues as this. Here comes Raven, got a much better exit out of the screen. Didn't quite pull anything off as a result though. This midfield fight is very close.
Bit of a lock up there, need to be careful.
I think this is really... Oh, we got yellow flag, Champagne! Oh no, it's in the pit lane. Do not worry. Champagne retired in the pit lane. He was very far off the path.
I think he might have had a bit of ring damage and it didn't change his ring first time. And
Second time penalty for Zyros, that could be costly as well for him. Sturt gets past Fox. Sturt currently not running the points. He's 3 seconds off of Mo right now as it stands. He has got that train in front of him fighting though. But you might get some yellow flags into Town 1 here. This could thwart Dark Viper's chances to make an overtake on Barbans here. Hopefully that car will be gone by the time we get there.
If First and Fox can work together here, with the amount of penalties currently in the points, they could gain a few positions.
Yeah, it's the points are very competitive right now. Here comes Raven on Dragonflies to the inside of turn 1. Raven later on the brakes. Dragonflies can have a look for a switch back, but I don't think he can get enough. Oh, Raven losing the rear though. That could give him a chance. Raven ghosting. Oh, and this decent contact maybe a little bit there. They're biting wheels through the curve of Grande. I think Dragon might just manage to stick ahead with the better run, although Raven has that out. Raven on the outside. Oh no, this is going to get messy. I think they're going too wide. No, they just managed to swap into Simplify. It's very tricky to go too wide, boot in the dry, let alone in the wet. Oh, and Remotes, I think something's happened to him. He's dropped off. Dropped off of Takubi, or maybe a mistake for him. And that's costly again for the Red Bull driver. It's looking...
Sounds like a lot of mistakes being made ahead of me.
Second race win of the season. As it stands, it's not looking great for Promote. His chance.
I am now dropping back from Shuriken.
Take P3 here after
everyone in front of me, in fact.
Take that one on track there, I think. Very close into the parabolic there, just not quite close enough to be making a move though. But I think maybe you're going to be seeing a move from the Haas driver on an engine. He's probably saved his battery for that last lap though. So let's see, he's very close in the section. Is he going to pull out now? No, not quite. They're gaining on Remote though very quickly. Barbans having looked to the outside, not quite close enough to be making a move though. Shuriken and Fox now fighting. Shuriken getting past on the moon straight. They've dropped off of that. There's still a couple seconds of drift from that team. So I don't think they can use capitalize on the time penalties, to be honest.
At the moment, I can confirm Takubi and Remote both are on 2 warnings.
My Discord won't be showing up in the chat. I think it's the commentary team
Remote and Takubi will be doing all they can to keep it within track limits to the next
in the stream rather.
I mean, Takubi probably won't be stay worried. We're probably, at the end of this lap, I think it'll be too late for a safety car. And he's got 4.4 seconds out in front. Mo getting past Dragonflies through the second last Mo. Very late lunge from the Ferrari, but managed to get the move done up into P8 now. I think he'll probably go up to P4 actually after all the penalties are dealt out. Maybe slightly lower, depends on the gaps really. It'll be interesting to see where he's able to slot in coming into the race. This fight through the 2 though is very close. I think this one's going to be going to the end. Kaka probably wants to clear this. Here he goes. McLaren has slightly better straight line speed though. Dark Viper has the inside line for turn 1, but who's going to be later on the break? Dark Viper getting the inside line, but that then switches to the outside for turn 2. He's going to try and get a better exit now compared to the McLaren. Zyros might also try
real gaggle of cars up ahead of me.
Through the curve of Grande we go. And
be nice if 4 of them took each other out.
Not able to get the move done there.
That'll really help Sir on his push to try and get into the points there. Kills on 11 seconds.
Yeah, I think that might actually
sake,
that
AD.
will in fact push kills it out of the points as it stands. We have yellow flags. AD getting slowly through the curve of Grande. He just lost the rear there.
Pitting this lap
That
then,
will be
coming to the
saving
pits at the end
Dragon
of this
with
lap.
11 seconds of penalties for kills, because at the moment he has 3 seconds himself, which could actually drop him.
And we have a Red Bull of Josh off at turn 1 as well. Again, people struggling on these older tyres. Zyros trying to close in on Barber. So lap 25 now, the end of just over 2 laps remaining.
Do I bother pitting, or do I just try and stick it out for 2 laps? I think I've got to stick it out, haven't I?
Raven's lost it at Parabolicon just before they started the penultimate lap. Raven is dropping down, tumbling out of the points.
That's why I'm wondering whether I need to pit or not.
Out. What's happened there? In the pit lane. Oh, it's a penalty. Yeah. Might have been a crash there for a second. And it's looking almost certain that Takubi is going to become the first person to win 2 races this season. 6 seconds almost the lead now in front.
There you go.
Dark Viper very close to the back of the motor on this penultimate lap.
Zairos has a gap to Mo at the moment, which means his penalty won't be affecting him at all, but Barben's there with that 6 second is still going to drop him down a few places at least.
Yeah. I mean, as it stands, Raven
Knock the brake bias to the rear a bit to offset that front wing damage.
Dark Viper all over the back of the motor. We're going to be starting the final lap. It's going to come down to who has more ERS, I think, to be honest. And the timing of you're able to time it long, it could be race over. So let's see as we go into the parabolic to start the final lap of the race. Who is going to take P2 here? Dark Viper seems to be getting a nice run through the parabolic and maybe slightly better than Remote. Probably deploying his battery now down towards turn 1 into the first chicane. Here we go. Dark Viper in the slipstream on the run down towards turn 1. Which way is he going to go? He goes to the outside, to the left-hand side of the track, and now taking P2 from Remote. Remote has the
we got one more lap.
Goes to the curb. It's almost like Hamilton and Verstappen, and there's contact.
He was 12 seconds quicker than me on the previous lap.
That's giving Zairos a run. Remote losing the rear there, and Dark Viper now down to P4 as well. Zairos getting past, but they both have penalties in P2 for Barbens and Zairos. So Dark Viper still ahead on track. That might get investigated by the FIA though. Dark Viper around the outside of Barbens into the chicane. There's contact I think again, and Dark Viper spun round. Dark Viper loses the position. Remote back into P2 now. I think as long as he can stick with them on those penalties. Mo takes P5 from Dark Viper now, and that is going to be costly.
All this I think has helped Mo to close that gap from beyond the 3 seconds that it was. Currently sat in a podium position.
Yeah, I saw Josh unlucky.
1.6 off Remote, who's only 0.7
I'm trying to get to the end of the race without a front wing.
Mo will be taking that position. But tensions flaring come the end of the Italian Grand Prix. Collisions happening on the last lap. Dark Viper still fighting to try and get past Mo. I think Dark Viper has more battery, but that's not going to matter for Takubi, who's coming round towards the finish line, and he's going to win in front of the Tifosi. It's the second win of the season for Takubi, the first driver to get multiple wins in Season 1. Barbans will cross the line in P2, but that penalty's going to push him. So Remote will take P2, Mo takes P3, Zairos takes P4, Dark Viper P5, Barbans in P6, Cyber in P7, Cert in P8, Dragonflies finishes a race for the first time this season, gets P9, scoring 2 points, Sharrock in P10, and then we have Raven, the first driver outside the points. Fox takes P12, Downsy getting past AD on this final lap. Damtak's also going to be fighting with AD. AD has no front wing, that is why, but I think AD might just about manage to cling onto that P13 given those penalties. Oh, what was that contact in those two? Oh, Remote had damage for the last 8 laps.
Oh, there we go, P13. That wasn't that my predicted finish, or did I say 14?
So, AD comes across the line in P13 after those penalties, down to P14, Dan takes P15, and Lewis takes P16.
What can I do
apart from 3 spins and 3 broken wings.
So that will all be investigated by the FIA afterwards.
Thank you, Colin.
I'm not sure if the game's going to agree with me. I don't agree with that, to be honest. I think driver of the day has to go to Mo, coming back from a pit stop behind to get up to P3 in the end. A podium for the Tifosi in his
I'm
race.
happy with that, to be honest.
What a performance by him.
It could have been a lot worse. I think, if I'm honest, the wet conditions actually
there was
helped
some
me.
contact between a couple of the drivers Remoten, Dark Viper at turn 1, Dark Viper and Barbance at
Haven't we been
turn
saying that for the
4.
last 3 races, Faye, Colin?
And that costs them a couple positions.
Okay, so I'll put myself up for interview again.
Confirmation of the race result for you then. Takubi taking the win
I think
and the
you have.
fastest lap. Maximum points for the Mercedes driver in front of
Went off at the same
Italian
turn twice and
crowd.
lost the wing. I
Remote
think
takes
you're right, Colin.
P2 after the penalties. Mo in P3. Comeback drive for him. Very nice job. Zyros takes P4. Dark Viper P5. Barbance
Skill
P6.
issue,
Then we have
absolutely.
Cyber, Cert, Dragon, Shuriken, Raven, Commando, Fox Commando, AD, Downsy, Dantax, and Lewis. Josh 2 laps down, Kills 3 laps down, and Shamban DNF. I believe they're Josh and Kills were DNFs actually. They just weren't classified. Yeah. So that is the race result. Let me get that race director in case anybody wants to appeal a track limits penalty if they were forced off or whatnot.
At least they turned off the handbrake. Yeah, you're right.
So that is round 4 for you. Takubi, the first driver in SDRL history to win multiple races.
First driver in history to win 2 races. Yeah, this is only the 4th race.
That's putting a very nice position for him, actually. I'm not sure where that will put him in the standings, but he did very well there. And I think it's interview time.
A very solid race from Dragon there in the end, getting points.
Right, let's add myself to the interview channel.
His first drive for
where is Discord? There we go.
Sorry, what?
Did Dragon move teams?
Yes.
Yeah, so obviously moving teams has actually helped him finish a race and get points.
Yep. All right, let's go to the interviews then. Which one is it? It's post-race. There we go. Let's see who we have waiting then. We have AD Dragon Assert. Let's just go down the list, I guess. Let's get AD in first.
Hello.
Hello, AD.
Hey there, how are we doing?
Not too bad. I think mixed result for you. I think a couple occasions making a couple mistakes. But tell us how that race went for you.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. A fairly strong race. I was quite kind of pleased it was wet because my times were way behind the leaders in the dry, and I do find that my lack of pace in the dry actually translates to fairly decent pace in the wet because I tend not to spin too much. That said, I did have 2 or 3 lockups which sadly put me into the wall, needing front wing damage. The last one of them was 3 laps from the end, and I was in 2 minds whether to pit or not. But realising that I had cars behind me with penalties, I decided to stay out with the damaged wing and just about, I think, managed to keep the P13.
Yep. Best result of the season so far, though. That's your highest finishing position, so I guess that is a positive to take away from this one.
It is, yes. It's just, I mean, another thing I was thinking of when I saw it was a wet race was that I was hoping there'd be a fair few more retirements. I only needed 3 retirements in front of me to get in the points there. But sadly, everyone is driving far too well.
Yeah, unfortunate for you that there were so many finishes, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, it's overall, I think, a very good result for you, really. Coming out with the P13, it's not the worst, to be honest. Getting closer to those points, maybe we'll see some points finishes in the latter stages of the season.
Yeah, the people in my chat have been predicting points finishes for me in the next race for the last 2 or 3 races now, so we'll have to get there somehow.
I think if we continue at this trend, I think it's going to be coming very soon.
Let's hope so.
Anything you guys want to add?
No, just ask him how he feels for next week. We're moving to Japan next week. How do you do there?
Japan is one of my more favoured tracks. So the trouble is I'm in such fast company here that a good track for me is probably still a couple of seconds behind the guys up front. So we'll just have to see, really. I'm not dreading it as much as I was Monza, so there is that.
All right. Well, good luck. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hopefully going to be some points coming home.
Fingers crossed. Thanks again for the commentary, guys. You're doing a great job.
No problem, man.
No problem. Thank you very much.
All right, so let's go for Dragon next. I think this is going to be a happy Dragon for once.
So, points next week,
Hello,
yes.
Dragonflies.
How did you do in the end, Mo? I didn't spot exactly where you finished. I heard your name in commentary on a good fight back.
P9 in the end. Points finish on your first completed race. You must be very happy.
Yeah, I am pretty happy.
A podium, excellent stuff. It's about time for Ari started scoring some points, some decent points. Hopefully, I'll be able to
I'm pretty happy.
give you some backup.
And that strategy, risky call by you staying out that long, but in the end,
I saw you ended up
off.
behind me. I tried not to hold you up as you were
for a
fighting
safety
back
car
through
at
the
that
field.
point.
You were obviously a lot
Pretty
faster
much.
than me as you were coming through.
Yeah, well, I think
Happy it's at Monza, exactly, our home
points
race.
finish on your debut for Mercedes has been a very good race, and you managed to keep it clean for the rest of the race, I believe, after that safety car.
I hope.
Yeah. Well, I think very good result for you. Finally managing to score a couple points. That'll move you up in the driver's standings. Anything else you guys want to add?
I'm still behind Josh, so I need to score more points, man. But other than that, yes, pretty happy.
How do you think you do next week at Japan, Dragon?
I'm gonna cook. Because I cook in Japan always. And Cert will probably bottle it in a while, so I'm gonna gamble on a safety car as well. So prepare yourselves. Safety
And
car.
So what
That's
position
it.
are you aiming for next time out?
Podium. Podium.
Podium. Very bold ambitions. All right, well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you guys are pretty, thank you for the commentary, of course.
No problem.
W commentary theory.
So, quite looking forward to Japan next week. As I said, it is
then.
one of my better tracks, but that has to be qualified by the fact that my better tracks are still light years behind the guys at the front. Let's see what Cert has
Tell
to
us
say.
about your race.
Yeah, it was. There was ups and downs. Safety car.
Thanks for joining us, Colin. I'll see you next time. Oh, there'll be no stream on Wednesday, by the way, or if there is, it'll be starting late.
Helped me to get rid of this 5 seconds
we will see what happens.
I went a bit faster too. I went to pit a bit fast, and other than that, it was pretty clean race from my side. I didn't.
Yeah, I think I'm pleased with in that race. No penalties, no pit lane speeding penalties, which I did get a couple of while I was practicing earlier on.
I think he
no track limits penalties. I think I had 2 track limits warnings, so I was on the verge of one of a penalty.
His teammate, we both managed to undercut him. Then we had some kind of contact with Shan. I don't know you guys saw that on the stream, but at the end it was nice. Like, to be honest, Kiza and Ravens retires. Not Ravens retire, but Kiza's retire also helped me to get the P8. And also I would like to ask what happened there, if you guys saw.
Yeah, so with the leaders.
Me causing the safety car is the reason I got P3. Fair enough.
Raven and Kiza, I think.
That was it. Helped me as well. It got me almost back onto the back of the field. So I got a free pit stop out of it. Although the only reason I needed a pit stop was because of the broken wing. Having said that, I did need new tyres as well. So I did get that. Crash gate.
Penalty when he was trying to get the car going.
Don't say anything.
The game might have been a bit harsh on him there. I think Kills retired in the pitch because he, at that point, had amassed 11 seconds in penalties, which was going to push them down to about P13.
Probably your worst race yet, unlucky, Louis. It's not... Monza's a bad enough track, but to do it in the wet,
you at the end of Q2,
it's a tricky one.
It is like silly me. It was all my fault. I just forgot that it is full quali, and I just used all of my soft tires in Q1. And it was also pretty sad to see that the 1,000th of a second I just couldn't manage to go to Q3, because if I would go to Q3 I would have another set of softs and it could be a different story. I think I didn't have the best pace, but I think I could do better than P8, but I'm taking it. It is sad day for Alpine, but we move on.
All right.
Yeah, at least you still got some points. 4 points for Alpine.
Exactly.
What is the target for Alpine in the final 3 rounds then? Or 4 rounds even?
Oh, it is a very good question. I need to check the constructors. We are
It
currently.
is. Let me have a look for you.
Yeah.
After Italy, Alpine in 6th on 38, McLaren 5th on 38, Alfa Romeo 4th on 42.
Okay, so we are. You said we are in 5th.
You're in 6th on the same points as McLaren,
6th.
but they have
Oh.
they have 2 P4s. You have 1 P4, so they're ahead on countback.
Okay. So, it seems like in this season we are mid-team. We will have lovely battles with the McLarens, I think. In the rest of the season, there is like how many races left?
4.
3, 4.
4
Sorry,
races.
4 races left,
Yes,
and
it is.
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Table at the end. I don't know what they're gonna do. What we're gonna do. We need to talk as a team. Kills and me and the team principal.
Team
need to
tactics, that's not
sit on the
allowed,
table
surely.
and discuss what we should do better. And yeah, that's all.
All right. Well, good luck next time out in Japan. Hopefully, going to be a better result for you.
I hope so. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the commentary, by the way,
No
W.
problem.
No problem. Good luck next week, sir.
Yeah, thank you all, and have a lovely evening.
All right.
Bye bye.
So that is it here from the commentary team. Wrapping up a chaotic Monza race, I'd say, with that wet weather. Lots of incidents, I'd say. But I think it was a very exciting one, to be honest. Takubi coming out on top in the end, taking the win by quite some margin as well. I think it was about 8 or 9 seconds after those last lap incidents. But yeah, very good race in the end. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that follow button so you get notified when we go live. But yeah, that's goodbye from us.
Okay, thank you
And
to the
goodbye
commentary
from me,
team.
and I'll see you next week, ladies and gents.
Until the next one.
And as you say, we will be back with them. Thank you, Koi, Chocolate, and Lane. Okay, so all we need to do now is go and raid someone. I think it is only fair that we go and raid Cert. Do stick around if you wouldn't mind. AD raid in the chat. Use the emote if you've got access to it. Let me send all the end of stream stuff and get the raid set up. I will hopefully be back on Wednesday, but it will certainly be late if it happens. Thursday stream, sadly, is also in doubt because of a thing at Chopsy's school, so we'll just have to see what happens. Thank you all for your company. I hope you had a pleasant evening, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Thanks again. Bye for now.